I just wake up in the morning and I yell a lot, even though it's way too early. It's fun though. Wake up, wake up, wake up! That's right. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It is time to get up way too early with Garage Gym Life. This might have been because it's after Christmas. I know everybody's still got those still kind of dragging around a little bit because of the holidays. So this might have been a good day to go back to the old title. It's way too early, right? Way too early for a Friday. It's way too early for a Friday after Christmas. I know, but nevertheless, this train does not stop for anyone. So it is time to wake up, wake up, wake up. I know I saw at least one person hanging out in the live chat. Oh, we got two. Yeah, ain't nothing like dose. First in the building, of course, was my guy Carlos. Says, wake up, wake up, wake up. Welcome to the final show of the year. That's right. Now, this is not the final show in terms of it being a year since we started going live. That is still coming up. All right. But it is the last show of 2024. It is amazing. I love the fact that you guys are here hanging out with me. I cannot wait. Let's see who else we got here. We got my guy Carp. What's up, Eric? Coach Carp in the building. Everybody go subscribe to Carp's Gym. All right, right now. Carp's Gym YouTube channel. Go subscribe to it. He said he's living that mug life. Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it. Oh, man. All right. And Carlos says, Rise and Grind team says way too early for a holiday. Man, I know what you're saying. Look, we were on the road last night, coming back from my dad's place in Nashville. And, shout out to my wife because she did all the driving. Of course, she likes to drive. Okay, let me just say that. And so 4 hours is nothing for her. We're about 4 hours from Nashville. So normally she and I would probably swap out at like the 4 hour mark if we were going somewhere far. But she's like, I'm good. Just trooper. And then we got home and she's like really committed to getting back in shape. And so we got off the road after the 4 hour drive. She changed clothes and I was like, where you going? She's like, I'm going to the gym. I told you. Headed right downstairs, got in the garage and got her work done. I said, well, I hear you. I said, well, I got a show to prep for. Finished prepping for the show, and I went to bed with a clear conscience because I am on schedule. I lifted before we went to Nashville, so I already knew that I wouldn't have to do any. I wouldn't have to train until today. So, so I was good for yesterday, and of course, like I said, I lifted the day before, so I got it in. Yeah, yes, that's right. She is. She's actually, I don't know what she did yesterday because, like I said, I wasn't. When I went down there to get some video, I just got a video clip for today just to kind of show you guys our play tree. And she was over at the power rack doing some pressing. So I wasn't really down there that long. So I don't know. But yeah, she's been using it. She likes it. She's a big fan. All right, let's see here. All right, anyway, so we have now checked in with everybody who's in the comment section. Now let's check in with you. This is your first time getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. This show is different than every other podcast that is on YouTube because we are live. So not only do you guys get to check out what we got going on, listen to the conversation, but you can see that I'm putting comments up on screen from the people who are in the live chat because you have a chance to interact live with me and with my guests. Every Friday, I get people from around the home gym community, people who are influential in the home gym community, whether they be content creators or they be the people who make the equipment that we love. And I bring them in front of you guys so that you can ask them your questions. And unlike most shows where you have to drop a comment and then hope that the host comes back and sees the comment, now you get to get your question answered in real time, live. So sometimes the conversation goes to the left, like apparently today's RPE for Coach Carp is pecan pie. All right. So sometimes they go up to the left, but it is always a good time. So if you guys are here, hey, my man Jonathan, No Fade Channel checking in. Hey, right now, Jonathan, Right now, I don't know if you saw my thing, but I want you to come on the show so that we can debate the Bells of Steel cable stack tower. Um, I know I think I know your feelings on it, and I have a slightly different opinion about your feelings on it. And so I'm ready to debate it, and I think it'd be interesting for our guests. Plus, I want to show that people that we can disagree without being hateful. All right, we still gonna be friends, all right, after we're done. I just don't agree with you about this cable stack tower. So I want to get you on here, and I'd like to do it next week, next Friday. So just DM me or however, or call, whatever, text me, DM me, whatever, and let me know if you're down to come on next week, because I saved a slot for you. All right, next Friday works. Boom, there we go. Man, look, I always got a free slot for you. I have moved people out of the way because I knew Jonathan was coming on. All right, so y'all just heard it. First show of the year, we're gonna have a debate. Me and Jonathan, because he said next Friday works. We're gonna be debating the Bells of Steel cable stack tower, talking about, was I off? Because he just dropped a video. I'll put the link to the video in the description. He dropped a video that said that me and most other content creators were off base with how we reviewed that piece of equipment, that we left out something crucial. And I think it's not crucial. So you guys be here next week. Yep. See, all right, there we go. Now he traveling. See, there you go. Now you're traveling. Okay. All right. So yeah, we can do the one after that. So he said it's not next Friday, it's the Friday after that. Carlos said you backing out already. Said you got cold feet. I got faith in you, Jonathan. Carp got faith in you too. Said no faith ain't scared. All right. So what I'll do is I will DM you the calendar link like I always do, just to make sure, so you can pick the time slot. I'm assuming you want the 7 o'clock Eastern time slot, but we can take care of all that behind the scenes. Nobody's interested in hearing. You say you're not hard to find. Yeah, you are hard to find. I sent you a text message 3 weeks ago asking you about setting this up. Don't tell me you're not hard to find. This dude been in Witpro. Anyway, back to can I finish my dang read? All right. Good morning, and thank you for waking up getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. This is a fun show, and you guys are going to enjoy it. If this is your first time checking it out, I know you are going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy the interplay that I have with the people in the live chat and with my guests. This is a great way to get your weekend off to the right start. We have a ton of fun, and I want you to be a part of it. So first thing I do need from you, though, if this is your first time, is I need you to hit that like button and hit subscribe. Yeah, I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers, but it also helps you out because it tells YouTube that you want more content like this in your feed. You don't need lo-fi videos of Darth Vader telling bedtime stories. You need more stuff like this. So you start taking control of your algorithm and let them know that this is what you want. All right, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know the next time I drop a video or the next time I go live on the channel. All right. And let's see here. Let's see. That man do what he got to do for the views. See, here's what happens when I'm doing my reads, right? They start throwing stuff in the chat, in the comment section, because they know I ain't going to see it. But you know what? Hey, all 117 of you who are watching right now, you know that I am going to be back at this comment section. I want to see all the comments. All right. I see all of them. Anyway, let's talk about what's on today's show. So today, first hour, we're going to have news and other things, plus a brand new recliner raise. That's right. I am mad again, and I will tell you why. I feel like I'm justified. In the second hour, we're going to have we're going to be talking about what you guys got for Christmas. You can go ahead and shoot a DM to @GarageGymLife on Instagram with a picture. Don't send me any videos. A picture of your Christmas swag if you would like to share it. Have me put it up on screen to share with everybody else. that is checking out the show, and everybody who's going to check it out on replay. We're going to get a ton of people watching on replay, I know, because again, it's Friday after a holiday. Well, here in the U.S. and in a lot of places in the world, but there are places who do not celebrate Christmas, and so December 25th is just another day for them. Nevertheless, this is holiday season, so all I'm saying is there's people who kind of like, they're like, hey, it's too early to be getting up, and they're gonna be watching on replay. Also, we're gonna talk about in the third hour, which is 8 a.m. We're gonna have Luke Stetson from Luke's Garage Gym. He's gonna be coming on here, and we're gonna get him to talk about basically all the stuff he's got going on with his channel, his latest reviews. And I want to know about Luke's been going through it, kind of going at it with the trolls a little bit. So we're going to talk about that as well with him. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hey, Eric, DM me. Pics or it didn't happen. Eric said he's wearing his new Rohrman strength tank top he got for Christmas. We need pics or it did not happen. DM a picture of it to me. Carlos, you're trying to put me in the Matrix, man. He said, how did the Flintstones celebrate Christmas when they're in 10,000 BC? Okay, I can answer that right now because the Flintstones are in an alternate dimension. So they're celebrating Christmas from our timeline. All right, boom, there you go. All right, Carb said, though, that tank top is going to make you 50% stronger. Yeah, and if you get the flip-flops, that'll make you're going to be 100% stronger. So you'll double your strength immediately. All right. Joyce Vaudrey, what's going on? Good morning. Hope you had a great Christmas, Joyce. Hope you and Michael had a great Christmas. Thank you for being here. Thanks for getting up way too early. I know he's probably headed off to work already, but still, nevertheless, it's always awesome having you here. Jonathan said he never got the text. So I got to text you to make sure I got your number on speed dial. Yeah, man, go ahead. Yeah, shoot me the text. I thought I messaged you on Instagram too, but one way or other, we're gonna make sure we have each other's contact information. All right, let's make that happen. DM was sent. All right, boom, and I see the evidence right there. So let's go ahead and we're gonna pull that up so we are prepared for the. Let me see. Boom, and my messages. You guys keep on sending them because what I'm going to do is I'm not pulling it up yet. I'm going to wait till we get to that segment, but I want to have all of the DMs so we can just bang them all out just like that. All right. That's right. Flintstones theory. You know it. Oh, comment of the day. Lifting flops engaged. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now you know what's going on. Go ahead, grab coffee if you haven't already. Drink pre-workout like I normally do. I didn't drink pre-workout this morning. All right. Right now, we're working on false motivation because I'm trying to cut back on how much, let's say, frivolous caffeine I use. Yeah, let's call it that. I'm trying to cut back on how much frivolous caffeine I use, mostly because I want my pre-workout to be more effective at that point in the training cycle. So, but whatever you got to do, get a drink and let's ride for the next 3 hours. All right. Let's see if I can find this thing. StreamYard has made a change to how things. Y'all see me fumbling around because StreamYard has moved things around while I was, traveling. And so I'm having to look for stuff. There we go. I found it. All right. It's time for news and other things. Let's go. Boom. All right. So my guy Jonathan has already accepted the open invitation, but I am still issuing an open invitation to everyone else. You do not have to be a content creator, but if you disagree with my take on the Bells of Steel cable tower, hey, come on with it. I'm inviting you to come on, and if you would like to come on next week, which is January 3rd, Friday, January 3rd, all you got to do is shoot a DM to @Garage Gym Life. I will allow you to come on here, and we can talk about it. We can disagree civilly, but we will still disagree. All right, because I've seen y'all's comments on my video. I've seen some of y'all's comments in other places, and so I'm like, hey, I give you a chance to come on, and I'll give you the advantage of this forum. It's an open forum. You guys can come on and talk about it. All right, so shoot me a DM @Garage Gym Life on Instagram, and we will make it happen. All right, or you can also drop a comment on this video too. and we'll get you set up. All right. Now, I told you guys about YouTube communities, I believe, but I want to say it again because YouTube communities is something that I'm super excited about. Because it's going to be like, from what I can tell, it's going to be like Discord, but for YouTube. So you won't have to leave and go join a Discord somewhere else in order to be able to interact. The way you guys are interacting right now in the live chat, I'm trying to set it up. That's been one of my goals, is to set it up so that you guys can interact just like you are right now in live chat. I want you to be able to interact all of the time, but without having to leave YouTube. And so that's what YouTube communities is supposed to be. It's different from the community tab. Community tab is where like you can go to like the comment section. I can put posts and things like that. This is going to be a YouTube Discord, basically. All right. So just keep an eye out for that. As soon as that's available, we're going to pull the trigger and we're going to activate it. And everybody who always shows up at the live chat, I'm going to make sure that you guys know about it. I will bring it up during the very first live stream we have after it's available. I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. And I might even do a separate video because I want all of you guys who are watching now to be a part of it. That's why I keep bringing it up. I want you guys to be a part of it because it'll also allow you to share pictures and things like that without me having to go to Instagram. So I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait for them to bring it out. All right. Now, that's exciting to me. I hope it's exciting to you. All right. Yeah, Joyce. Hey, there you go. I like early adopters. Joyce said, cool beans, count me in. Cool beans, by the way, is a coffee, a place to get iced coffee here in Marietta. And that's one of my wife's favorite phrases. So when she ran her first triathlon, she did not know about the place. She ran her first, not triathlon, she ran her first 5K. I ran it with her just to keep her company. And I knew about Cool Beans. So when we got done, the triathlon, I keep saying triathlon. So the reason I keep saying triathlons is because my wife did triathlons. All right. But before she started working from home. But this was when this is before she started doing those. She was doing 5Ks. And so we ran her first 5K together. I was keeping her company. And after the 5K was over, it was in Marietta Square. So I took her over to Cool Beans Cafe, which is a long way to go to just be able to say I drank coffee at a place called Cool Beans. But that's the sort of tangent you get when you come here. All right. Congratulations. But yeah, Joyce, I'm glad that you are in. I will definitely let all you guys know when that is available. I don't think my guy Jared is on here, but Jared needs to take a victory lap because he got results. So you guys know last week Jared came on and said that he wanted us to, let's say, support him. Yeah. He wanted not just support him because it will benefit us too, but he wanted us to get involved. Yeah. He's like, hey, I'd like to get some help from everybody who's in the live chat about getting a Bells of Steel to make a bare naked deadlifting bar. So the bare naked powerlifting bar is one of my favorite bars. In fact, it's if you click that shopping link, it'll pull up the Bells of Steel powerlifting bar. That's their bare naked powerlifting bar. That's the bar I've been using for the last 2 years. I've done zero maintenance on it. It still has a blood spot in the center from where I hit it with my forehead. I was wearing headphones so here comes another tangent story. So I was testing out my Raycon headphones. I had just gotten them. And I had already hit the headphones once trying to get under the squat bar. And so I was squatting, but I was trying to shoot the video of the Raycons, right? And so I was trying not to damage them. And so I adjusted my approach to get under the squat bar, and I ended up headbutting the bar. So there's a blood spot on the center knurling of my bare naked powerlifting bar right now. But other than that, it's just like it was when I got it from Bells of Steel. It's my favorite bar. Well, Jared said, hey, I want a deadlifting bar from Bells of Steel. He's a big fan of their company, as am I. Actually, Jared's an even bigger fan of Bells of Steel than I am. And so he's like, hey, let's get him to do a deadlifting bar. So I said, you know what? I said, all right. So I went ahead and he asked everybody in the live chat last week, let's just catch everybody up. He asked everybody in the live chat last week to go on a post they had made about their deadlift roller jack and put a comment asking for a deadlift bar, right? So I went ahead, I put my comment on during the show live with you guys. And then I encouraged you guys to do that. I saw that Carp put a comment. I saw some other people put comments. And then I mentioned that I would email Kat and Andrew because they run the Bells of Steel, the U.S. side of the Bells of Steel operation, right? And so I did send the email. So now you all are, so that's all that stuff you could have found out just by watching the last video and going and look on Instagram. But here's what you didn't know. Bells of Steel apparently has heard our cry. I did email Kat. I told her about Jared's request to have a bare naked deadlift bar. Kat responded. So let me see. Let's see here. Let's go here. So now I'm going to do the first screen share of the day. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's it. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is Kat. This was Kat's response. She said, "Hey, John. Oh, okay. I 100% agree with them." I told her that you guys wanted everybody was excited about a bare naked. Okay, so it's called bare naked because it's bare steel. There's no Cerakote. There's no coating on it, right? And so, and I told her that you guys wanted a deadlifting bar that's bare steel. She says, "Oh, okay. I 100% agree with them. The thought has crossed my mind as well. That's some synergy." And she said, "I just went in to mention this email in our development channel." I said, "Hey, there you go." So she said, "Thanks for the insight. Love to see this." And then she said, "Happy holidays to me." And that, like I said, that was Kat from Bells of Steel. So then I told him, and then Jared said, then he told me Bells of Steel had replied to the comments on the IG reel, which I did not know at the time, and said that, and it made it seem like they're going to develop one. I said, "I'm glad to hear that." And he linked it to me. So there you go. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but see that he circled Bells of Steel replied to your comment, says, "We hear y'all," and said, "Consider it being worked on." So that is a victory lap right there, because literally Jared started this whole little mission, and he jumped on their Instagram, responded to a reel that wasn't even about bars. Yes, it was about their deadlift jack, but it wasn't about bars. He went in there, put a comment, then reached out to us during the show. Again, there's an advantage of it being live. Reached out during the show and said, "Hey, can you guys all help me out?" And you guys responded. And then Bells of Steel, like Chris from Detroit. "Hey, my guy Chris from Detroit. What's up, man? I haven't seen you since the bathroom at home gym con." That didn't sound good. No diddy. All right. We weren't even in the bathroom I don't think we were in the bathroom at the same time, but we were passing. That's where we met in person. Anyway, but yeah, I'm glad you're here, Chris. But he says Bells of Steel is showing up and listening to the community. Exactly. That is just one of the reasons why I'm such a huge fan of Bells of Steel. But it's a big reason. They are responsive. They hear what we say. They respond. Even if they don't do it, at the very least, they listen to us, right? And so I value that. But yeah, to me, it's cool because I watched this happen in real time on the show, and I just love that, man. I just love that. So Jared, shout out to you. Take your victory lap, man. Take your victory lap. He said he did sleep in a little bit. Got a lighter workout this morning with his first rest week in a long time. Plus, he also got home last night late from holiday travel. And man, we got home like probably 9 o'clock. Which is a big deal because normally I go to bed by like 9:30 because I do my show prep, and then I go to bed because I wake up at 4 a.m. on Friday mornings. So there's certain things I have to do for the show that I can only do the day of because the software I use won't let me like do it ahead of time and then just store it. So I wake up at 4 to give me time to do all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, man. This is a victory lap. I love it. He said, Carlos said, "Grandpa's on another tangent." Man, look, you know what happens when you start getting old? You start telling stories, right? Hey, keep in mind, we're only on the second news item. We're only on the second news item of the day. I got a full, in fact, I'll show you all that. Let me see if I can do this here. I remember when I showed Andrew this when I was at his place in North Carolina, he was like, "What?" Window. There we go. All right. So this is what I have. I'll just scroll through it. This is what I have on the thing for the day, right? Hold up. Oh, hold up. All right. So this is it. Boom. This is what we got. All right. Yeah. So I got everything there, time permitting. That's Recliner Rage. I don't want no peeking. We're right here right now. We're right here. We're going to make it, though. We're going to make it. All right. Anyway, let's pick up the pace. All right. But the final thing I want to say about that is to get to me again. That's why doing this live is so important to me. And as we are on, this is the episode 48. Okay. We're 48 episodes into something that people told me was crazy to even try to start. They're like, nobody's going to want, I remember somebody saying nobody is going to want to watch you talk about garage gym stuff for 3 hours. And you're definitely not going to be able to get people to wake up this early and pay and listen to your show live. Okay. Well, we're 48 episodes in and we're picking up speed. 220 of y'all are watching right now, which is actually a lighter amount than we normally get. But again, it's the day, it's the Friday after a holiday. So I'm not surprised. I'm just saying that you guys are proving them wrong. Let's keep on proving them wrong. So we are on today is episode 48 of the thing they told me couldn't be done. Yeah. So, let's see here. Michael Vaudrey said, I'll see your blood and raise you sweat and tears. Hey, I mean, I do the sweat and I've been, I got all that, but yeah, that blood spot, I really should clean it off, but it's just, I think not that it is a cool story, but I committed to not doing anything with that bar because I wanted to see how it held up to abuse, not just use, but abuse. So I've done zero maintenance on it. All now, one thing is I don't put chalk on the bar. I do chalk my hands, but I've done zero maintenance to it. And we're in Georgia, so it's fairly humid. So it's going through temperature extremes and everything. This is its second winter here. And, so I'm keeping an eye on, like to see whether it develops rust and all that kind of stuff. It stores vertically, so it doesn't store horizontally. So that's supposed to be horrible for the bearings. We'll just see. We'll just see. We ain't doing nothing to it. We're going to see how it handles the abuse. All right. Carlos said, yachts. That's right, man. Hey, we in here, John. I'm telling you, we're doing it. All right. Chris, hey, for real, man. I had to make sure they understood we wasn't going to the bathroom at the same time. It's 2024, almost 2025, man. You gotta make sure people understand the situation. Got to clarify. All right. Now, let's move on. And what I want to know is, let me see something here. we're still talking about what you guys, I still want to get you guys to DM me pictures of what you got for Christmas. But I want to know, this topic now is, what are you going to spend your Christmas money on? Because I know a lot of you guys got gift cards. Some of you got cash. And also, I want to say that you guys have you got at least one item that you weren't a huge fan of. So you're going to return it, get the money, and buy something else. So I want to know what you're spending your money on. So basically, that's my way of saying, what's on your wish list for this year in the home gym community? That's actually fairly interesting to me because it not only helps me in terms of knowing what projects to work on, like I've already got brands reaching out to me about collaborating, like, they want to send stuff to me. And so this will help me decide what is a higher priority in terms of doing product reviews. And also, it just is interesting to me because I like to see where the home gym community is going, like what's valuable to you guys. So go ahead and start throwing in the chat. Let me know what you guys are planning to spend your Christmas money on. All right. Carp said most shows / podcasts don't make it past 10 episodes. So a year is even more rare. Man, it's a blessing, Eric. I'm telling you, man. And I keep telling you guys that it is because of you. it's because of you guys. You sharing the link, but also you show up every week. Chris from Detroit, I think this is your first time watching live. It's like this every Friday, dude. You have people who are in the live chat. Heck, Carlos and Jared a lot of times too are usually in here well before the show starts. So and they're in Central Time Zone. So the show starts at 6. A lot of times I'll come in and I'll start doing stuff. It'll be like 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's 4 o'clock their time. And they're already in the live chat, hanging out, waiting. So talking to each other or whatever. So it's like this all the time. So that's all of this is because of you guys, man. I can't express my gratitude enough to you guys. Keep on sharing the link. Keep on letting people know what's going on. All right. So Eric says, I'm lined up grabbing a couple different axle sizes and VHS. Maybe versions from Dean at Home Gym Con, and also a couple of Saxon bars from Arm Assassin. Okay. I like axle bars. I actually do most of my standing press, so my shoulder press. I do that with my knurled axle from Gorilla Strength. That's my favorite axle, not just because it's knurled. All right. Actually, the knurling doesn't really matter to me as much. So David from Gorilla Strength Equipment made that specifically for me because what I wanted was a thick bar. I said, I want to do some fat bar benching. And then I ended up doing standing press with it also. So it was initially designed, it mimics the power, the markings on it are similar to the markings on IPF spec powerlifting bars, right? So the knurling is there so that so I get the knurling feel like I would with a normal barbell if I'm benching. And then also it's got the little ring mark for figuring out hand spacing, just like on a normal power bar. Okay. The difference is it's 2 inches instead of 29 millimeters, right? So it's a lot easier on my elbows, which is a big reason why I like axle bars in general. They're easier on your elbows. But then also, man, I found that pressing with an axle bar of any kind, knurling or not, really lights my triceps up. I mean, I can feel it. It's crazy to get that's the only way I get a tricep pump from a close grip bench. I just don't get it if I'm using a normal size bar. So I'm a huge fan of axle bars. And then of course, if I'm doing it for any kind of deadlifting or anything like that, it's huge. It's a huge deal. So yeah, I'm a big fan. That's a good get. Carp said you picked up the Micro Gains Fat Man Loadable Blob Trainer. Said I'm going to name it the Humbler. You know what? That thing does look interesting to me. I thought about grabbing it. But I'm more into trying to improve my hub lifting. So, I can hub lift a 45. I can do it with my right hand. And sometimes I'm not consistent with my left hand yet. So that's kind of like my non-barbell goal for this coming year is to just get my hub lifting back up to par. And I would love one day to pull a Joel Dirks and be able to hub lift my 100-pound plate. So that's something that's it's on the list. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, looks like there's gonna be a challenge going. Jared and Eric both have the blob trainer, so they're trying to get a challenge going. Uh-oh. Okay. So the VHS bar. I got you. All right, and Eric said he's going to do the 2, 2.5, and a 3-inch axle. Yeah, those are all good gets. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, so Eric, there's a lively blob trainer conversation going on right now. So I'm looking forward to see what you guys do, and if you guys jump in that grip competition at Home Gym Con, see what happens there. All right. Now I will say, because this seems like a good time to plug Bells of Steel. I already talked about how awesome they are and how good they are. So I'll say, hey, if you're looking for something you don't really know what to spend your Christmas money on, then we've got an affiliate link with Bells of Steel. It would support the show, And here's the reason why you should go ahead and buy from them. So here you go.
5 reasons of why to buy from me. Number 1, the best bang for your buck and innovative fitness equipment. Number 2, we put out more educational content. Number 3, our customer service and sales team. Number 4, I spend a ton of time logistics and packaging. Number 5, I've got 9,000 plus reviews. So get on our website and let the gains begin.
All right, so there you go. I just posted our affiliate link in the live chat, and there you go. For some reason, Facebook is, by the way, apologies for anybody who was trying to watch this show on Facebook, but there was, for some reason, there was a glitch, and so Facebook wasn't connected. So right now we only have YouTube going, so that's going to affect the views as well. But we have it fixed for next week. So for those of you who are here watching on YouTube, but you prefer watching on Facebook, welcome. But you'll be able to watch on Facebook next week. All right, so make sure I go ahead and get that going right here. So let's see here. Yeah, Bells of Steel. Carp said that Bells of Steel is pumping out the most content. And that's completely true. They just getting stuff out there. In fact, Jake was talking about it on an episode of Garage Gym Radio not that long ago, talking about how much content Bells of Steel is putting out, and somebody else, I don't know who, it might have been Jonathan on No Fate 24/7. I was talking about how Bells of Steel has like really been putting out equipment this since all of 2024. So it's really encouraging to see. Now I will tell you that the affiliate link does not give you a discount, but you use the affiliate link to go to Bells of Steel, and you can take advantage of the discount that is there. And so right now they have the Start Strong sale that's going on. Let's head on over to Bells of Steel and check out the Start Strong sale. So we're just going to take like a quick look around, show you guys what's going on. So they got the Start Strong sale, and it's equipment that grows with you. So I believe right here. So if you click, so I just click that, so you get up to 30% off. This is basically the New Year's sale. They also have some stuff for Boxing Day that's going to be coming out. If you are in Canada or the UK, Boxing Day is going to be there's going to be a Boxing Day sale through Bells of Steel. So keep an eye out for that. But right now, they've got a Couch to 500 kilogram workout program, which is a digital product. You guys can get that. And that's a $30. That's a digital download, $30 value. I'm sorry, $30, but it's normally $50. Their all-in-one trainer is right now it's $989. It's normally $1,000. They've got a door crasher for their lifting straps, either the figure eight style or the classic style. It's like $8.99 plus shipping, I guess. I can't imagine shipping's high for some straps. So you can save on their Hydra 4-post power rack builder, the cable tower, Bells of Steel cable tower, both the version that I have with the rear post. And then hold on, there you go, yeah, with the rear post. So that's the version that I have right there, the cable tower upright. But you can also get it without the upright. Now, let me go stop right there and say something. The major reason there's 2 reasons to have that rear post. Okay, first, if you don't have the rear post, you're able to bolt it to your wall. All right. If you do have the rear post, so let's go ahead and do it with the rear post. If you do have the rear post, then you don't have to bolt it to the wall, and it gives you extra storage. You do still have, if you're going to use it for something like a lat pull down, then you do need to still bolt it to the floor. And you see it's still got the feet there. If you look at the feet, they've got holes to bolt it to the floor. All right. I don't want to talk about bolting and not bolting. I have plenty of time to discuss that with Jonathan when he comes on to debate with me. Let's not say argue, that's negative. He's going to come on to debate with me about this product. But the point I'm making is this is one of the items that's available in the to save on the sale. All right. The Arch Nemesis Swiss bar. It's pretty cool. And then various other items. Also the open trap bar, hex bar. I've got that as well. I like it. It's not, I would say it's not my favorite trap bar that I've ever used. I would, I give the edge on that to the Rep Fitness trap bar, but the Bells of Steel open trap bar is decent. I like it. I have it downstairs, and I haven't used it in a little while, but that's just because of how training has been going. It just hasn't come up in training. All right, so let's stop sharing there. Eric said, with my Titan Tower, when my gym was in the basement, I had it bolted to the wall. Ever since I've been in the shed, I bolted it to a backup right now. I love it. Yeah, man, it's like, I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not down with bolting anything to my floor. I just feel like that's going to cause problems down the road with flood. We get a little bit of flooding here whenever it rains really bad, and I just don't want to get water damage on my floor. And if you drill holes in your floor, I'm telling you, the water will find it and it will expand those holes. You'll get cracks and all that. I'm not about that life, so I ain't gonna do it. Now, other brands that have stuff going on, Bear Steel Equipment, my guy Sean, they have some stuff that's out here. I got a thing from them. Let's see. I don't know if it's actually a sale, but I did get it in my email. I'm on their email list. And so they just basically, let's go ahead, free pub for Sean. He's a good dude. Let's just go ahead and check out Bear Steel. Bear Steel deals. All right. So this is the email newsletter that I'm on. So you can go on there. If this is your first time on their website, you're going to go to bearsteelequipment.com. Sign up for the newsletter, and you'll find out about their special offers and things like that. So let's get rid of that. All right, so they got the stack weight pin, and it's kind of cool because now we actually have a cable stack. So it has not been an option before, but my wife has been using the cable stack quite a bit, and our Bells of Steel cable stack, she's been using it quite a bit, and she actually brought up that she wishes she had something like this. Yeah, in fact, she thought we had one because I did a review of the gym pin versus the Bear Steel stack weight pin. But at the time, we didn't have a cable stack, so I actually gave those away after I did the review. But, a few years later now, my wife is talking about potentially grabbing one, not because she wants to add more weight, but because the jumps from one weight to the next in our selectorized stack, she said they're sometimes too big depending on what she's doing. So she'd like to get a pin that could be in the middle. And probably the stack weight pin from Bear Steel will be the way we go because it's heavier than it's what Sean calls an adder weight. So it offers micro adjustments. And the gym pin, it kind of does, but kind of doesn't. It's lighter. So we'll probably go with the Bear Steel version of that. All right. And let's see what else we got here. By the way, we're going to be doing an end of the year wrap up for our favorite products. So keep an eye out for that. My wife and I are going to talk about our favorite products from 2024. And it's going to be everything that we personally reviewed and used in 2024. And that video is going to drop this coming week. Okay. So keep an eye out for that. Giant Lifting still has their December deals going on. And now let's get to something that is really, I want to make sure I get through this without running out of time. So actually, let me be fair to Giant Lifting. All right, let's go to Giant Lifting. So you go to giantlifting.com and let's screen share Giant Lifting. I was going to skip this, but that wouldn't be right. All right, so this is what they have going on. They got the vertical storage rack. They got the F85 bench and then the adjustable FID bench. Looks to, let's see, they got, the last thing I saw was like their all of this is on sale. So the dumbbell vertical storage rack is 20% off. F85 bench is 7% off. Adjustable FID bench is 8% off. But their contrast bumper plates are 10% off. So that would be something to kind of check out if you're into trying to increase your bumper plates. And then also you can still get 20% off their black and white factory seconds and 25% off the giant color bumper plates. So Those are all available. All you gotta do is go to giantlifting.com and you'll see there all of their December deals. And I assume that they'd have January deals too. So I would recommend that you bookmark go to giantlifting.com and then bookmark the website and then just check it every month so you can see what's going on, because they'll do their deals by the month. That way you can see what they have going on. All right. So there's that. Now, those of you how many of you guys know about the Fringe Sport pre-orders? I know, Carp, you tend to be kind of tapped in with Fringe Sport really well. But I just saw this last night, actually. I knew they had a bunch of stuff, but I was not aware that they had so many pre-orders available available right now. So let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at the pre-orders that are available right now for Fringe Sport. So if you've got some extra holiday cash laying around, you can potentially jump in on these pre-orders. All right. So let's go ahead and go there right now. So Fringe Sport pre-orders. So let's see here. So so pre-orders. No, hang on. I'm clicking off of all this stuff that pops up. All right. So they've got a pre-order available on the low row foot plate. Okay. So let's go right here. Share my screen. Carp said the giant lifting bumpers are solid. Yeah, man. If I didn't already have a full line of bumper plates, and in fact, that's why we got the vertical plate tree from Bells of Steel, because we had the Living.Fit bumpers. So I've got all of those. And then my wife got a bunch of bumper plates sent to her from RitFit. So, and then before that, we already had some bumper plates from somebody else. I don't remember who. But we ended up giving those away. Because you guys may have had a different experience, but selling bumper plates on Facebook Marketplace is tough. Or anywhere, to be honest with you, it's tough to get rid of them. So, yeah, I don't. Anyway, so we would jump on I like the giant lifting bumper plate deal. We'd probably jump on that, but we already got tons of bumper plates already. And Carp said pre-orders everywhere. The Amazon Society is not ready for that. Man, I saw that. In fact, I think, were you the one that commented on it? Where it was, once again, just to show you guys, I do watch other content creators. So I was watching Jonathan, No Fate 24/7's video about it, talking about all the pre-orders. And there were a lot of comments. I was looking at it, and people were like, oh, yeah, these pre-orders, I'm not into that. Well, the thing is that pre-orders, I agree with some of the comments. I agree with the commenters who said that the reason brands do pre-orders is because they're not sure what the market interest is, right? We don't know if there's enough interest in the market for this thing. We think it's cool, but we don't know how many people are actually going to spend money on it. So before we go sink a bunch of money and production time into making this thing, let's do pre-orders so we can just gauge the market interest. And then once the thing becomes, if the pre-order is successful, then it just becomes part of the inventory. But yeah, I agree with you, man. We got like the Amazon, what we used to call the microwave society. Everybody wants everything instantly. That just ain't the way it's gonna be. For if you're gonna get stuff that's a little bit cutting edge or at least new, you're gonna have to deal with pre-orders, or you're just gonna have to wait. You don't have to be an early adopter. You can always wait. But let's go here. So Fringe Sport. So that's my sharing screen. All right. So the low row foot plate is available for pre-order. So it's going to start shipping out in January. So that's not a long time. So if you pre-order it now, you can get it shipped out in January. Now, it does say deliver by Monday, December 30th to your door. But keep in mind that that's like their normal That's what is normal on there, right? And it may be different for you because that's based upon my zip code. But for you guys, the low roll footplate will begin shipping out in January. All right. The reason why that's important is if you have a cable stack or you have, I think of another application is if you got a functional train, let's say you got the bully glider and it's on your power rack and you want to get a foot plate to help you out with low rolls. So what I was having to do is put a wooden block when my wife would do low rolls. Actually, I wonder if I can find this. Let me see something here. I might be able to pull this up. See here. I know this is riveting. All right, no, that's not it. All right, so I got a few more. Maybe that's it. All right, I have it. There we go. So let's do it this way. Turn it off. All right, pause. Back up. All right, so I'm sure this tab. So this is my wife using the cable stack tower. Can you guys see this? Everybody should see this. Yeah, okay. So this is my wife. She's using the cable stack tower a while back. Well, not a while back, like last week, right? And you guys see how close she is to it. So she's sitting on the exponent edge. The exponent edge, what's the wedge? Well, see how close she is to the stack tower. So what I did was I put a wooden block right here to give her more range of motion. But if we had a foot plate, then her feet would be like roughly about here. And so she would then be able to get better range of motion for these rows. All right. So to go back to what I was saying, that's why the low roll foot plate is a big deal. But of course, you need to make sure that it's going to fit on whatever you're going to put it on. So obviously they have it set up for the Dane, the French Sport half rack functional trainer, which is available right now. I believe. Yeah. All right. It's available right now. And so then you can get the low roll foot plate added to it. And then also you can get, this is also, I believe, on pre-order, the lap pull down seat. That's another thing that's kind of like interesting to me because right now, so my wife has the what's that thing called? The leg holder from Porter Phys Ed Fitness. And so basically she just sets it up and then she sits down on our adjustable bench. But this right here, the lat pull down seat, would give her more of a vertical pull angle if it were to fit. I don't think it would fit. And one thing that I noticed when I went on here is there are no product specifications. And you can't, and there's no frequently asked questions because obviously, very few people have this item. So how can you have frequently asked questions when nobody's got the item? All right. What I don't like is I can't see the product specs. So I don't know if it would fit in the holes on my cable stack tower. So that's why we have not pulled the trigger yet. Now you can, if you have a question, you can call or text French Sport and they've got the number right there. So all you do is I'll put the link. Well, I will put let's go like this. So I'll put this link in the video description, and I'll also get you guys right here, and I'll put it in the live chat as well. So there you go. This is a live chat for the lat pull down seat for French Sport, and if you go down there and just scroll down, you'll see their phone number that you can use to call or ask them questions. Like example, like I said, I don't know the specs for the posts. I'm assuming, because this is designed for the Dane, that it's going to be something that fits the specs on the Dane, right? So let's look at the Dane. Looking at the Dane specs. All right. So I want to say it's 1-inch holes. Weight stack trolley. Yeah, I see that. Okay, this is all stuff about the pulley system. I don't care about that. All right. Yep. All right. So the uprights on the Dana 3x3 with 1-inch holes. So that's not going to work for my bells of steel, for the bells of steel cable stack tower that we have now. So, but again, that's just an assumption, because my assumption is that the lap pull down seat is to fit with the Dane specifically. Now, there are probably other lap pull down seats from other brands, but I'm just talking about specifically the Fringe Sport pre-order right now. So that's available. So those items are available for Fringe Sport as pre-orders. So if you guys are interested in that, that is something that you could spend your Christmas money on. What I'm looking for, they've also got some other stuff. So they got a dumbbell storage shelf. They got the multi-grip pull-up bar. They've got a honeycomb pegboard that look kind of interesting. But again, these are all components of the Dane. So it's all stuff that I would have to make sure fit with what we have going on in our particular setup. And then they've got a bumper plate toaster storage. I'm not into that. I don't like toaster storage just because, I'm talking about, it's like it's the storage that goes out. All right. You broke me. I'm going to just pull it back up. I'm not going to be able to do the bumper plates, toaster storage. Bumper plate toaster storage. Are you kidding me? No, I can't find it. All right, bumper plates. So let's look at bumper plates. I know it's on here. I know it is. So you guys can see what I'm looking for. Toaster storage. Or was it? You know what? This might be why. This might be why. Oh, it's not why. I'm looking for storage. Let's see. Storage. Why can I not find storage? What's going on here? It's not going to be. All right. Yeah, there it is. Storage. Yeesh. I feel like I aged trying to do that. All right. So let's scroll. Oh, that looks interesting. I was just telling my wife that I needed to grab one of these because our band hanger comes out into the room. I want something that stores horizontally along the wall, has a lower footprint. But anyway, we're looking for bumper plate toaster storage. Oh my goodness, you got to be joking me. I know the thing is on here. Pre-orders. Let's see. For sale. Let's see. You got to be joking me. All right. This is going to happen. Now it's personal. Bumper plate. Oh, look at that. Imagine that. Bam. Found it. All right. Make me believe the junk don't exist. And I went through all that just so I could show anybody who didn't know what I meant by toaster storage. This is what toaster storage is. That's a lot to go through. But anyway, bumper plate toaster storage. So I don't particularly like that style of storage because it takes up too much floor space. I prefer to do my bumper plate storage on a vertical plate tree or on the rack. That's just how I think. So there's that. All right. Carlos said, focus. Look, I saw it and I was literally just talking to my wife yesterday. I said, hey, we need to get one of those because so the big thing for us right now, this is actually worthwhile talking about, and we're going to do a video about it. But the thing for us is organization because we've got a bunch of stuff in the gym. We're at the point now where our gym is basically complete, right? And I know your gym is never complete. But what I mean is that we have everything we need to do what we want. The thing is, there are other things that we want we don't need, but we want. And then also obviously for what we do in terms of doing product reviews and things like that, we got to have room, right? So one of the big things for us this year is going to be organization, going through our stuff, getting rid of stuff that we haven't used in a long time that we're probably not going to use anymore, whether we sell it or give it away, and then just organizing things better. So one of the things I said is that we need a better looking solution for storing our bands. And so that's how that came up. And I saw it. I said, hey, a mental note, but also let me look at it. Eric said, I'm still mad. No one has designed an over-the-door band hanging solution. Couldn't you just use one of those things that you get off of Amazon that you hang your hat on? Like it's like it is expandable and then it's got like multiple little pegs that stick out. Couldn't you just use that? Carp said he agrees with me. I don't like toaster storage on a rack that's elevated or on a storage unit rack. You know, it is cool. It's got kind of like pulling records out, old vinyl records out, if it's stored like that, or like books off a bookshelf. But yeah, man, I don't like toaster storage. It's convenient. It makes it easier to. I can't even say it's easier to grab the bumper plates because you're still grabbing it like this. So for me, it's for everybody who's listening to the replay on Podbean, I just reached out and grabbed with my hand. So you're reaching out and grabbing the top of the art, like pinch gripping the bumper plate. I always forget that there are people who only hear this on audio. So my apologies. But I'm always like, I try not to do the like this type thing. Anyway, yeah, I just don't think toaster storage looks good. And I don't like the functionality of it, you know. I've had one and I got rid of it probably 6 months after I got it. Yeah, about 6 months after I got it. See here. So Eric, okay, so yeah, you are familiar. I figured you were familiar with that. She said you can do my suggestion about the little hat rack, but I'm very particular, and to him it looks stupid. I got it, man. I hear you. Here's what you need to do. You need to reach out to French Sport or Bells of Steel or somebody, or hey, AdMat. Actually, I can't believe AdMat doesn't have something like that. They're always making like little accessories that go on racks and things like that. I'm surprised they don't have something like that. You know how much pull you have in the industry, Eric. I'm sorry. Yeah, Eric Eccles. For those who don't know, Eric is actually the straw that stirs the drink in the home gym industry. All right, he's behind the scenes in connection with everybody. All right. 7 a.m. Eastern time, a little bit after. So welcome to the Central Time Zone. I already got some representatives from Central Time Zone hanging out with me. But for those of you who just woke up, it's 6 a.m. for you right now. Thank you for getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. Do me a favor. We got a full crew of 360 people watching. I need all 360 of you to click the like button for me. Get the likes up, all right? We don't have enough likes. I need you guys to go ahead, click that like button for me. Also, if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button for me. And for those of you who have already hit like and who have already subscribed, there's one other thing you can do for me if you want to support the show, and that is become a member. Hey, I don't want you to just watch this video. I need you to like, subscribe, and if you're already a subscriber, I want you to join our channel for 99 cents a month so you can help us improve YouTube for the home gym community. Okay, back to the video. I really hate looking at that because I was in I gained like 30 pounds since that video. Well, I've lost weight since the 30 pounds. I gained 30 pounds since that video, and I've lost a little bit of that, but I'm not back down to that yet. So I look at it, I'm just like, man, that's back when I was young and in shape. That's all right. I'll get it back. I'll get back there. Let's see. Eric said, AdMat has lost his creativity since Dylan left. It really is sad. You know, I think before Dylan left, that's when they had like that the U-Bell, which I still have downstairs. Man, I never use that thing because it's not heavy enough. And I guess for somebody who does like a lot of kettlebell work, it's one of those things where you can kind of figure out different things to do with it. And my wife, I thought about my wife maybe might like it, but she doesn't do a ton of kettlebell work either, not like that. So we've got this U-bell downstairs. It's not the sort of thing I can sell on Facebook Marketplace because there's not really a bunch of people who are like into it. So if anybody wants a U-bell, the U-bell from AbMat, shoot me a DM and we'll work out something. I'll get it to you. Oh yeah, 2 whole weeks ago. Yeah, nah, it was longer than that. It was more than 2 weeks ago. Yeah. All right, let's keep on moving. So let's move it on here. We got I want to know what you guys think of these collars from Gorila. This is the final item in what are you going to spend your money on, gift ideas for what to do with your holiday shopping. So you guys check this out. See if I can just copy this. I saw this the other day and I was like, oh, that looks interesting, which is pretty much my criteria for bringing something to your attention, that it looks interesting. All right. So this is Gorila 1L. It's a Canadian brand in case you've never heard of them before. I'm not interested in your cookies. But they're a Canadian company. They've been around for a little bit, but they've got these aluminum collars, and they're supposedly just 1 1/8 inch or 28.6 millimeters thick. So the selling point is that they'll let you load more plates on the barbell, which is a important factor for you if you do a lot of lifting with bumper plates, because, well, now we have thin bumper plates, but a lot of bumper plates tend to be thick. And so you can only get you can't get as many bumper plates on a bar without losing room on the barbell sleeve. So if you can get a thinner collar, then that is that's something that to me is valuable. So this is what they look like. So they weigh only 0.32 pounds each. So they're actually lighter than standard spring collars. Why does that matter? Because unless you're in a competition, you want your collars to be as light as possible because it affects the amount of weight you're pressing, right? So let's say you're at the point, let's say you're going for a PR, right? And your collars weigh a pound each. All right. And you say, okay, today's the day I'm going to finally bench press 405. Well, you put 405 on the bar. Keep it in mind, let's say you have calibrated plates. So you know it's definitely 405, right? And that's what your max actually is. Then you put your collars on there. Well, now you're at 407. You might think that won't matter, but that can make the difference between you getting that PR and not getting it. And then if you don't have like the micro gains, micro plates like I do, a lot of others have, it also throws you off because, the next thing down would probably be, assuming you got 2.5 pound plates, the next thing down would be 400 pounds. Then you put the collars on. So that's 402, right? And that still wouldn't be a PR for you, right? Maybe you did that last week. Now you're ready to go for 405 and you can't do it because your collars are too heavy. So for me, having collars that are lighter, that I know the definite weight of, has a definite valuable place in the home gym. And so if I have a pair of lockjaws that I really like, but these actually got my attention also because they're aluminum, right? So which is why they're so light, but they're aluminum collars, right? I like looks kind of cool. Got the little gorilla symbol. Nothing wrong with having a nice roaring gorilla face on your equipment. This is what they look like on the inside. These are textured rubber lining grips. Supposedly it holds strong. This is a one-hand snap closure. So apparently it's really strong. So that reminds me of lockjaw collars, which is interesting because this brand has lockjaw collars in their catalog. So they are a vendor for lockjaw collars as well. But these are interesting to me. What do you guys think of these collars? So it looks like we're having Oh, that's actually a good idea. I'm gonna put a pin in that and come back to that suggestion here. Yeah, cool. All right. So anyway, so these Gorilla aluminum collars, you guys let me know what you think of them. I think they look kind of cool. I have no experience with them. Uh, there's another view of them. I don't have any affiliate codes or anything. I do like the fact that you can buy them with Shop Pay. I've actually never purchased. I'm familiar with Gorilla in terms of seeing their stuff before, but I've never used their stuff, and I don't know anybody who has. One thing that I look here is this snap closure is a little bit shorter than it is on my lockjaw collars, so that should not affect. Well, it kind of will affect how easy it is to open and close the collars, and if they're as strong as they say they are, that might be an issue if you don't, like if you have So like my wife works out with me, so I got to make sure that she's actually got her own collars, just because my collars are a little bit tough for her to open and close. So that's something to think about if you're only going to have one set of collars. That's what they look like on the bar, and that's what they look like open on a bar sleeve. So another shot of the thing. So yeah, they look interesting to me. How thin are the so question from Home Gym Physique. First of all, Merry Christmas, man. Thank you for being here. So how thin are the collars? Let's look here. 1 1/8 inches or 28.6 millimeters is how thin they are. So there, that's the answer to your question. If you got any other questions about the Gorillas, actually, you know what? Let me just do this right here. This is the link. So let me put it right in there. That way, if anybody else has any questions about the Gorillas, you can check them out. Eric said he just got a set of lockjaws for Christmas. That's his first set of actual collars. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of lockjaw collars, man. I got them. I use them on multiple things. I've got the ones that I like the fact that they have the magnet. So it's a lot easier to keep up with them if I am, when I'm changing plates, I don't have to stick them anywhere special. I literally could just stick them on the plates and keep track of them. So yeah. Let's see. Eric says he's got a ton of band stories. So it's not something you need. You just think that the door is open for somebody to come up with something. Yeah, that makes sense. And we got Kurt. Statty Daddy has arrived, and he's offering to do construction projects. Are you offering to build anyone a French cleat wall or just Eric? I just want to know, like, how many people out there are potentially? Can we get a waiting list started? I don't need a French cleat wall, but I just want to know if we can get a waiting list started. Construction projects from Kurt Locker. All right. I mean, I feel like that might be a nice little sideline for you. The free bell looks pretty cool. Let's go check out the free bell. The free bell. All right. It's a revolutionary training tool. Okay. So, all right. Well, all right. Their website is pinging my dang security software. So we're not going to look at that. We'll look at their Instagram instead. Okay. Still that here. Let's go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see the free bell. All right. Yeah, that looks like the U bell. I see what you're saying, that it looks like except it's a rotating handle. I think somebody said it. So the free okay. Jared said the free bell is like the U bell, but has a rotating handle. So my thing with the free bell or with the U bell is, like I said, it's not heavy enough. I don't really have an issue with the rotation of the handle on the U bell at all, because to be honest, don't have an issue with the rotation of the handle on a kettlebell. It does give you a lot of instability with the swing, but the question I would have is it loadable? Because that's the issue I have. Or does it just come in different weights? So say it's harder not heavier. Okay. So I'm scrolling down. It looks like you can do a lot of cool things with it, but that's the same website I think that pinged my software. Yeah, we're not doing that. Let's see here. Now it may be heavy, and I mean, and I'm not, like I said, for the things that I like. Let me stop sharing. For the things that I like using kettlebells for, the U bell and the free bell don't. The U bell is not heavy enough. All right, and I asked AbMat to send me the heaviest one they had. So it's 50 pounds. It's it's just not heavy enough. So, heck, I'll just tell you guys what I was looking for, using it for, was one arm kettlebell press. Okay, and it's not heavy enough, and I'm not really good at Turkish get up. I mean, I can do it, but it's not like one of my core exercises, and I can do it easy Turkish get up with the U bell. So I just was kind of like, eh. So yeah. Now I'll tell you, it will surprise you when you do like you bring it up into like a clean position, like you clean it to go in a rack position rather, your front rack. That thing it can surprise you. So you better be ready for it, because I almost hit myself in the face. But yeah, it looks like a decent concept. That's going down. Yeah. So Kurt says the criteria for him coming to build you French cleat walls is if he likes you as a human. All right. Hey, that's a good standard to set. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Carp said those Gorila collars look similar to the X-Master collars. And Kurt says, I like and I use my U-bells. I'll be coming out with my review in 2025. The free bell is static weight with offset loads and rotating handles. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, the U-bell is, like I said, it's interesting, but it's not something I would put in my. I haven't figured out a way to put it in my core training program yet. Let's just say it like that. It's something I will probably play with on deload week, but I will also tell you that I have had it for a minute and I have not used it on deload week. So there's that. All right. So I said I was going to come back to the suggestion. So Eric, I know you have a solution, but Home Gym Physique addressed it to you because you're the one who brought it up. But this is just for anybody else. It said to just, if you're looking for somewhere to hang your bands, buy a magnetic board, place it on a wall, get black and white, then buy magnetic hooks, and then hang your bands. So that is a nice little, it looks like a two-step process, but you can get all that done at heck, you can probably get it done at Michael's, potentially Staples, some office supply store, but you can, or even Home Depot or Lowe's. So yeah, there you go. So there's that. All right. Scrolling down. See here. Now I gotta find the thing. All right. So we hide that comment. All right, let's go back down. We are all caught up now. It said maybe the triads were just ahead of the time. The Havoc, yeah. I mean, I like when I saw the Havoc triads, I thought it was a good concept, but I didn't want to buy them because, like, for me, and this is just, it may just be me, the get off my lawn, you kids, old man in me. But I want to outfit my gym with my basics first, or what are basics for me. And then I'm like, oh, then we can go to like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. And for me, the Havoc triads were in that category. I probably shouldn't have looked at them that way. I should have looked at them as just dumbbells and made them like a primary dumbbell training tool. And but that's how they came across to me, as like something that would be cool for a different kind of stimulus, not necessarily as something that I would want to go foundational with. So that's why I didn't get them. All right, so I get that they come in different weights. What I want to know is what's the heaviest weight that it comes in, and then I would still want to play with it a little bit before deciding to add that, because like I said, I've got a U-bell. It's downstairs. I don't use it. So I'm willing to give it up to somebody who really wants one. I mean, I'm selling it to you. Actually, you know what? I didn't pay anything for it. So If anybody wants my U-Bell, reach out to me, and as long as you're willing to pay the shipping, I'll get it out to you. All right, shoot me a DM on Instagram at Garage Gym Life, because like I said, I don't use it at all. All right, so Carp says I like the Lockjaw axle collars. I think there's some of the best axle collars out there. I agree. I'm a big fan of Lockjaw. I'm trying to get the guy from Lockjaw to come on as a guest on the show. The tough thing about that is you guys will be surprised how many brand owners and brand executives are uncomfortable on camera, especially in a situation where they don't control the stream. And I'm like, hey, come on live. And they don't control. They know that the stream isn't being run by somebody they can hire and fire. They get really nervous. So that's why at the beginning, when I was saying to you guys how big a deal it was to me that this is today's episode 48 of this show, is not just a big deal to me because so many people told me it couldn't be done. It's also a big deal because you start to show that track record, then that gives you a little bit more legitimacy when you try to get people on the show who are the owners of different brands, because then they can see, hey, I've had Peter from Fringe Sport on. I've had Kayvon on twice from Bells of Steel. I've had other people who are I had Mario from 46 Fitness, even though he's a smaller company, and he's somebody that's known in the automotive industry. So just knowing that I haven't had Body Solid on the live show. I've had them on, but they can still go back and see that I've interviewed Scott on camera, right? So they can kind of get an idea of how I do it. And so maybe I'll be able to get my man from Lockjaw Collars to come on. I'm still holding out hope because that's one of my goals for 2025. So Jared said it's 2 kilograms to 32 kilograms, but it's odd increments. It's a pre-sale company. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think I agree with you. You said earlier that he should come to Home Gym Con. I think it would be good to have his stuff at Home Gym Con. All right. Kurt says, I love the Q bells and triads. They're all Havoc design. Would happily switch out all my dumbbells for a full set. Okay. Jim Physique said, all right, so still talking about band storage. I actually use band page at the back of the power rack. You hang the bands on the page. Yeah, that makes sense. Eric says, I have more bands than anyone in here so band pegs ain't enough for me. Hey, I understand, dude. Band pegs wouldn't do it for me either. But yeah. Plus, like I can just, for me, hanging bands on the back of my power rack, it would make it look like I got one of those 70s beaded curtains, one of those beaded curtains from the 70s. I can't get down like that. I just can't do it. All right. It's time for your favorite segment. It's a little bit late. So, Jared, I'm sorry your son had to wait, but it is now time. I don't even know if he's awake, because it's holiday. So he's probably out of school right now. But nevertheless, it is now time for Recliner of Rage.
It's the Recliner of Rage.
It's the Recliner of Rage, 'cause he's not happy.
All right, I'm not happy. And the reason why I'm not happy has to do with the customer service department at Ailun, whatever. I don't know how to say the name of the company, okay? But I know I'm not happy with them, and I know how to spell it. So they're a company that is on Amazon, and they sell screen protectors for the iPhone. Now, I need a screen protector for my iPhone. That's my little girl right here. Look at that. This is going through it, okay? This OtterBox case is going through it. So I said I need to get another screen protector. I need to get another OtterBox case, to be honest with you. And so I said, all right. But more than just the fact that it's coming apart, my iPhone gets dropped in our home gym. And I mean, it gets dropped a lot, okay? That thing is always falling. I dropped it. There are days when I'm dropping it like multiple times as I'm trying to do stuff. And so I was like, I need to get another OtterBox or I need a screen protector. So I reach out, right? So I order it, and that was a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks. Okay. And I still don't have the screen protectors. All right. So I checked with Amazon. They said something that I honestly do not ever remember happening. And I've had an Amazon account. I've been getting stuff from Amazon since 2004. So I literally started my Amazon account when I was deployed to Iraq. Okay. So I was getting stuff sent out to me in Iraq. It was actually really cool. They would send all the stuff. If you order something from Amazon, they would send it to a collection point. It would get put into a shipping container, then shipped to Iraq, convoyed to you. But I was, so it added some time to shipping time, but I was still getting my stuff. The point is, I've had my Amazon account for 20 years, about to be 25 years. And I don't remember ever seeing this. It said, your package is lost and probably won't be delivered. That's literally what it said. Your package is lost and it probably won't be delivered. Okay. So I said, all right, well, that's fine. Just give me a refund. Right. But they said because of the policies of Ilun, I couldn't just get a refund because the item had already been shipped. So it's been shipped. It's lost somewhere out there in the wild. But because it's already been shipped, I can't get a refund. Let's just stop and think about that for a little bit. So I said, so I paid you. You sent the thing. It's never going to arrive. I can't get my money back. And the reason why they said I couldn't get my money back is because they already been shipped. They said what I could do is if I didn't want it anymore, I could return it for a refund after I got it. Okay, well, let's back up to the part where they said I probably wouldn't get it. So your package is lost and probably won't arrive. But you can't get a refund because it's already been shipped. You can only get a refund if you return it once you get it. So I'm there in the circle of injustice, okay? I'm there in the cycle of injustice, and I'm like, this ain't happening. So my wife suggested, shout out to my wife, she said, you need to contact customer service. I said, well, yeah, but the wait time for customer service, it wasn't like I tried to do the chat, right? So I tried to do chat, and that's how I found out that I couldn't return it. The chat bot told me I couldn't return it. I could only return it if I had the item. She said, you need to call them. I said, I can't just be on the phone on hold with Amazon forever. So I had to wait until earlier this week when I had time to call and just be on hold with Amazon. So I was actually doing prep for this show. It's funny. I was doing prep for this show while doing the rundown while on hold with Amazon, right? So I finally get somebody on the phone, okay? Oh, no, let me back up. So I contact customer service, right? And I kid you not, the AI automatically scheduled to send me another pack of screen protectors, which I didn't want by this time, because I was like, I'll just go to the local Apple store and get another OtterBox and screen protector, all right? But anyway, so this is already scheduled to come to me and against my will, but that was the only option I had, right? So I wait on hold. They said, does this help? This is on the phone call. This isn't chat. This is a phone call. We said, we're going to ship this to you. I'm like, I don't want it shipped, but I had to go through the whole process. And then it says, did this resolve your issue? And I said, no. I said, well, what do you want? I said, speak to a representative. I felt like the Turners. Speak to a representative. So I'm like, all right. So I wait some more, get a human on the line. He comes on. He agreed with me that it is ridiculous to expect me to return something that I'll never have. But then this dude tries to tell me, first of all, this thing only costs $7.72, including tax, all right? So my man tries to get me to believe that they could only refund me half my money. Really? You can only refund me half of $7.70. I didn't even do the math. I refuse to do the math. You can only refund half my money. He said, well, I can only refund half the money. I can refund half of it to you and it'll be available on the original payment method in 3 to 4 business days. What? So let's just start there. All right. He said, but I could refund the other half to you, and that'll be available in 3 hours. But I'll just have to put it on an Amazon gift card. I said, why can't you just put the whole thing on an Amazon gift card? It's literally $7.72. $7.72. I spent longer, and I was on hold for a minute, but I spent longer trying to convince this dude that he should just give me my entire $7.72 on a Amazon gift card than I anticipated. I was on it like going round and round, and then he was okay. Well, hold on, let me check with my supervisor, see if I can do that. I'm like, seriously? It's $7.72. Okay. You can't. Okay. Eventually we can. He agreed to do it, but all I'm saying is I just straight up admitted defeat. I can't get my money back on my original payment method. It's less than $10, but I can't get it back on my original payment method. But I admitted defeat. I said, can you just put it all on the gift card? I had to wait on hold. He had to check with his supervisor. And finally, 3 hours later, I got my money back. And I went through all of that. And yes, my iPhone still needs an OtterBox and screen protector. But I had to go through all of that because of the customer service department at iLoon and their return policies. Like, how are you gonna force somebody to return something for a refund when they're never going to get it? When you admit that they're never going to receive said product? I still don't understand that. I still don't understand it. Okay. You say I sound like a boomer? Look, the fact of the matter is, you can't tell me that I can't get a refund. It's less than $10. You telling me I can't get a refund on something unless I return it to you, but in the same time you say I'm never going to receive it because it's lost somewhere. Seriously? Come on, man. Just come on. Just come on. That don't even make any sense to me. And why is it a recliner rage? It's supposed to be gym equipment. While I use my phone in the gym, I just said I don't really drop it anywhere but in the gym. Come to think of it, which I'm not sure what that says, but I only drop it in the gym. So yeah, the point is I don't like it. That ain't right. I ain't gonna agree with it, and that's why I am dadgummit. I'm in the recliner rage.
It's the recliner of rage.
It's the recliner of rage, 'cause he's not happy.
All right, don't be in the recliner rage. Reach out to my guy Ashton at Reach out to my guy Ashton at freedomfitnessequipment.com. He'll hook you up, get you set up with the very best home gym equipment, as well as, if you want one of our high quality Garage Gym Life vinyl banners. Ashton and Freedom Fitness Equipment have been supporters of the show all year. They became our show sponsor very early in the we were still doing the dance party when he became a show sponsor. So probably like 3 or 4 episodes in. So for about roughly 44, for at least 40 episodes, Freedom Fitness Equipment has been sponsoring this show and helping to make it possible for me to bring this content to you each and every week. So just show him some love. Hit him up, let him know we sent you, and to let him know that you appreciate what he's doing for the home gym community, because Ashton does a lot of stuff behind the scenes for the home gym community. So I like to recognize when companies are doing the right thing. And okay, Carlos said he's had stuff happen. So I end up calling back and talking to somebody else, and he even got a $5 credit on top of it for the bad service. Dude, it's just, I'm like, I'm not the guy. I don't like to complain all the time, but when stuff happens that you can't even explain, it's just like, come on, man, it's obvious, right? And then, like when it's obvious that something screwed up with the system, and I can't make the person understand that it's screwed up. I'm like, you should be able to tell that this is screwed up. Then that's when they kind of flips my switches. But you know, it is what it is. So we got over 400 views. Yeah, that's 405 viewers and only 40 something likes. Come on now, hit that like button. Seriously, hit the like button. Why is nobody hitting the like button? Come on now. I know y'all. I do understand we get a I wouldn't say a fair amount. We get a significant portion of people who watch this on like a TV or who have it on just in the background, right? So they're not actually near the video, right? But I'm just saying, just take a second, click like, and then you can go back to what you were doing. It won't take you a second, and it doesn't cost a thing. So there you go. All right, now it is 7:35. So I think I showed you guys. I told you guys that we got the leg holder from Porter Fizette for the Bells of Steel cable stack tower. I posted a picture of it on Threads. So those of you who follow Garage and Life on Threads, you've seen that picture. But then also we've got the Bells of Steel vertical plate tree. So let me go ahead and show you guys that, because that is something that we just put it together yesterday. There you go. See, my wife's listening to the TV. So this is it right here. Looks pretty good. I like it. We're going to put, the plan is to put all of my wife's bumper plates on it. And then she's got some barbells that only she uses. So we're going to put her barbells. So she's got an easy curl bar. She's got a short bar, a short rib fit bar. And then she's got a living fit barbell that she got. And so she's going to, so we're going to put all of her stuff basically on there because she wants to make it just easily accessible for her. And now let's check out what you guys have DM'd me to say that you got for Christmas. So right now it looks like I only got one DM. Let's see here. Is it from? So I'm assuming, oh, wow, Eric, oh man, it's a rough time. Hold on, man. Y'all got to see this. Hold on now. This is footage. Dude, Eric, you look like the Unabomber's cousin. It's a rough day. Come on, man. Hey, shake back, man. Shake back. Come on, Eric. That is a nice tank top. Eric, you look like you about to go get put on a federal watch list. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shake back. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. All right. So I'm gonna assume only Eric got stuff for Christmas because he's the only one that shared anything with me. Only one that y'all know. I know some of y'all told me you got stuff, but pictures or it didn't happen. And then I got this thing from Rit Fit. Kind of interesting. I thought these were Christmas ornaments, but they're actually keychains. So this little, you guys see that? So there's a dumbbell, got the nice little Rit Fit logo right there. See if you guys can see that. Go here and see if I can bypass it. Yeah, Rit Fit logo on that. I kind of wish they were Christmas ornaments, to be honest. Carlos, you got nothing for Christmas? Would you like one of these? Carlos, I can send this to you. There's a kettlebell, nice little Rit Fit kettlebell. It's also a keychain. And this one's kind of heavy. Trying to get this. All right, let's see if I can't get this open here. There we go. And Rit Fit just said, hey, we want to send you something for Christmas. I was like, okay. They didn't tell me what it was either. I was like, all right. But here it is. Now, a nice little weight plate keychain from Rit Fit. It's kind of cool. So I'll tell you what, Carlos. All right, you know what? Because I want you to get something for Christmas. Do you want the kettlebell? Do you want the plate? Or do you want the dumbbell? All right, so there we go. Which one you want, Carlos? If you're watching, yeah, everybody vote. Which one do you think Carlos should get? Should he get the kettlebell, the dumbbell, or the weight plate? But I'll send you whichever one you want. Which one, or you want all? You can't have all three. Which one you want, Carlos? Just answer me, and I will. I'll head over to the UPS store and get it shipped out to you. Oh, you want the chat to decide? Okay. All right. Live chat. Should Carlos wants you to decide. Should he get the weight plate? Let's see here. It says 25 pounds. Yeah. Should he get the weight plate? It's kind of hard to see it. Man. One of those things back too close. I feel like I'm doing more harm than good. Anyway, all right. Should he get the weight plate? Should he get the kettlebell? Or should I send him the dumbbell? I'm leaning towards sending you the dumbbell, Carlos. I'm leaning towards sending you a dumbbell because you look the sort of person that's in the mirror doing curls quite a bit. So I feel like I should send you the dumbbell. You don't look like a kettlebellologist to me. You look like somebody who's doing a lot of dumbbell curling. So who thinks I should send Carlos the dumbbell color? Green is your color. Okay. Homes and Physique said the keychains are cool. I do like them. And I'm telling you, this weight plate, man, this thing's got some heft. That's the heaviest one. The kettlebell, this is kind of like rubbery. It feels like one of those, like those, like the rubber ball that comes with like a set of jacks. The game jacks. Some of you young people, you don't know what jacks is. It's a game, a test of coordination and skill from back before video games. All right. That's how we used to test our eye-hand coordination with jacks. All right. Or the dumbbell. Right now we got 2 votes for dumbbell, me and Carlos. So go ahead, drop a comment. Let me know if Carlos should get which one of those ornaments Carlos or keychains Carlos should get. And I'll get that sent out to him. All right. We got 19 minutes before Luke Stetson joins the show. So we got time for one more segment. All right. And this is React Respond. So this is also from Gorilla Fitness. It is, what do you mean I'm showing my age? I'm 52 years old and I'm proud of it. Wait a minute. I'm 51 years old. Now I'm showing my age because I just forgot how old I was. I'm 51 years old, going to be 52 this year. And I'm proud of it. I'm so proud of it that I try to make myself even older. I like it. Anyway, so the Gorilla Fitness Bison bench is something that I was actually not familiar with. I discovered it when I was trying to find a video for those the aluminum collars we were talking about earlier. And what I like to do is, I want to see them in use, right? Whenever I see something that's new, I immediately go look to see if there's a video. Usually I look on YouTube because it's more searchable than Instagram. But I couldn't find it. But what I did find was the Gorilla Fitness Bison bench. So this is not something I've seen before. And so I want to see what you guys think of it. So let's go ahead and let's check it out. Yeah. So let me screen share this. All right, so this is the Bison bench. Now I'm gonna kill the sound because they've got some music on here that's gonna screw up my monetization. But I don't care. Don't worry about what they say. All right, we're just looking at it. All right, so this is the dude from Gorilla Fitness. And he said, yeah, this is the bench. All right, so this is the Bison bench right there, right? The idea is basically a bench for floor pressing, which I thought was kind of interesting. The reason why they say they created it was because they said it's to save space in your home gym. And I was like, well, that might be cool if maybe you're doing floor pressing out in the driveway or something like that. You got to see how it works right there. Okay. So it's elevated so that your elbows don't hit. In fact, let me back up a little bit because that's where I want to kind of camp out a little bit. All right. So for me, it's interesting because, the big thing about floor pressing is obviously your elbows hit the floor. Now that to me is a benefit because you're essentially doing a partial rep, but you're also pressing from the strongest part of the press. And so it's safe. With this, let me back up. So when I say it's safe, you understand that if you're using 45-pound plates or bumper plates that are roughly the diameter of a 45-pound plate, you should be safe from, even if you drop the bar, it shouldn't hit you in the face, right? It'll probably come close, but it shouldn't hit you directly in the face. The reason for that is the diameter of a 45-pound plate is specifically designed to prevent you from hitting yourself because people have been doing horizontal press longer than the bench has existed. Originally, lifters were doing presses off the floor, and they didn't want to hit themselves in the face accidentally. So the plates were designed to be that diameter. Okay. But now if you're on an elevated surface so that you get the additional range of motion, you go back to being in danger if you do happen to drop the weight. So for me, I said that to me, the biggest use of this would be if you were to take it out in the driveway for a workout. But I'm not sure that in a home gym it's necessary because we've got vertical storage for adjustable benches now, right? But I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is something? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Brandon? First of all, let's begin by saying, you see what I'm wearing, right, Brandon? You see what I'm wearing, right? All right, fellow Washington fan, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, to me, it's like a okay. So AdMat already has one of these. See, I didn't even notice that. What's the AdMat version of this, Kurt? Do me I don't know if you're at work already or not, Kurt, but do me a favor and post the link. Oh, actually, let me see if I can find it. No, I'm not doing that. That'll take too much time. Do me a favor, drop the link for the AdMat version, and I'll put it up on screen. I'll screen share that. But yeah, to me, it's like you're taking away the and I appreciate you joining us, Brandon. I think this is your first time on the show, so checking out the show. He said that's like making an elevated stand to do deficit deadlifts. Yeah, I mean, like, I think I can understand a little bit, like, because I deadlift sumo. So I kind of understand that, and that's actually why I was into the booty box platform concept, because you could kind of like say, oh yeah, we could do that. But unless you mean elevated stand to do block pulls or something, but I can kind of see it. But for something like this, I think that you're removing the safety features, and I don't think it's necessary for the home gym community. Now, where I think this shines is if you have a box, like a CrossFit box, or some other kind of functional fitness gym where you've got a bunch of rigs side by side, and you want to you want to do some sort of bench pressing in class, and people have somebody to hand the bar to them, and you can then store these when they're not in use because you can just stack a whole bunch of them off to the side. But in a home gym, I don't necessarily know if this is something that we actually need. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying right there. No, I got what you were saying, Kurt, where you said you appreciate competition in the space because AdMat doesn't. Yeah, I didn't think that you were, saying anything sideways. I just want to make sure that we put the AdMat product up as well because people may prefer that version to the Gorila Fitness one. I'm just saying to go back to what we're saying, it's like I just don't necessarily see the function, like what the use is of this, right? I don't think it's as safe, but I also recognize that I don't know everything, so that's why I like to put stuff like this in front of you guys to say, hey, well, what do you think? Is there something I'm missing from this? You know what I mean? Hey, you good? Hey, you're good, Brandon. No problem. Yeah, man, it's block pulls. Yeah, it defeats the purpose. It's like, well, why not just have a bench? Especially since benches nowadays, so many benches nowadays store vertically, right? So if you're looking at saving space, it's like, I mean, I guess like we already have a vertical storage, a bench that stores vertically. We got a AB 5200 from Rep downstairs. So maybe if my wife was working out with me, or one of my kids was working out with me and they needed to have a second bench for something, maybe, but dude, I just don't see the purpose or the use of it. Hey, Brandon, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate that. We don't normally get people super chatting, so I was like, what is that notification over there, man? Hey, I appreciate you, my man. And yeah, hell, we got to beat the Falcons. We got to beat the Falcons this weekend, man. We got to get it done, getting those playoffs. You know what I mean? We got to do it. Look, just for you, Brandon, I'm going to show you this. See that right above my head? I've had that for my mom got me that. I've been a fan of the team since 1982. Yeah, 1982. So yeah, man, I remember all the Super Bowls. Hey man, but like I said, man, I appreciate the support. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, dude. I greatly appreciate you, Brandon, my man. Thank you, dude. And yes, that game Sunday is gonna be lit. I'm telling you. I was hoping that Kirk was gonna be playing, Kirk Cousins, but I think it'll still be good to have Michael Penix and Jaden Daniels. So it's like 2 top 10 quarterbacks, the number 2 overall pick and the number 10 overall pick going against each other. I think that'll be kind of cool. All right. So anyway, so the verdict as boom, there we go. So Carp says, if you want to be elevated, you need something like the wide body bench. Yeah, I'm like, so the other thing I thought about for this was if it were narrow enough, I wouldn't mind getting it and putting it on top of my bench, but that would just be for stretching purposes. And I can't personally see spending, let me go to Gorilla Fitness real quick. And I want to see what this contraption costs. Bench. Share this tab instead. All right, so now let's go look for the bench. So strength, weight benches, right there. All right, yeah. So I don't see it's only $185, but I don't see myself spending that much money on something that I would only use for stretching. Because you still gotta, if you're gonna use it as a bench, you still gotta have somebody to hand the weight to you or an upright of some sort. So I just don't see it. This is how thick it is. And then this is how they store it in this particular configuration. That's great. Like I said, I think that it's being marketed to the wrong demographic. Let's say it like that. I think where this sort of thing would shine would be, like I said, some sort of CrossFit box where you got multiple people who might have to do some sort of horizontal push, and that's where it would make the most sense. Brandon, by the way, I'll shoot you a DM, see if you ever want to come on the show. I'd love to have you on. I know your schedule is like super, super tight, but I'd love to have you on the show as a guest. Link is in my IG. All right, for the AbMat one. Boom. All right, let's go right there. All right, so Kurt was good enough to share that link. So let's go ahead and share the AbMat, the floor press by AbMat. All right, so this is the floor press pad by AbMat. This is 225. It's a slightly different configuration. Looks like it's, so right here in this picture, it looks like they've got multiple, or is it just like it's, let me see. All right, nope, that's correct. So it's sort of a segmented configuration. These are some of the uses. So floor pressing again. But see there, the problem I have, so the difference I will say with this is that the Bison pad, let's go here. Sadly, they don't have the picture of it, but I guess we could have, yeah. So the Bison pad allows you to have the range of motion. So it's not technically a floor press. It's technically bench pressing on the floor. So I can see a little bit of a difference with the Bison pad versus the AbMat floor press pad. The floor press pad looks like it's just going to be something that's going to be a little bit more comfortable, right? And it says, looks like I do like looks like they collaborated with Steve from Bench Blocks, so that's pretty cool. I can see that if you're floor pressing a lot of weight, though, this will be very forgiving on your shoulders and your joints. So I can definitely see that. I appreciate you sharing that, Kurt. Yeah. All right. So another question for Brandon. Luke, we're going to be coming to you in 5 minutes. Is that good? All right. Luke Stetson is backstage right now, so we'll be going to him in 5 minutes, as I just said. But so, Brandon, anything else special about this? Say maybe they just got in 5-inch high bench instead of 4-inch. No, so it's not like a fat. That's the thing. It's not like a fat pad. Let me go back to the to their page, and we can deep dive into it, because I was like, I literally saw it. So it's a 5-inch bench pad. It said it's designed to save our customers a little money on the product and on shipping. It's inspired by home and garage gym owners as an alternative to the standard workout bench. So it's got an overall dimension of 48 by 12 and a 5-inch thickness. So 48 inches long, 12 inches wide, 5 inches thick. Okay, integrated storage nylon strap. Yeah, that's great. And it's 5 inches, so that's high enough for your elbows to not touch the ground. That's it. I will say, I mean, they've got a product review in French, so there's that. But yeah, I don't see anything that's just like magical about this thing, except it is giving you the ability to bench press on the floor instead of floor press, instead of having to floor press. To me, the floor press is a great accessory because of the range of motion difference, though, and to me it's safer. I really can't think of anything other that would make this, other than the application I said. Like if you have a CrossFit box, you got multiple people, and because it's 12 inches wide, it's going to be roughly the same width as a normal adjustable bench. So what's the point? You know what I mean? I just don't see it. So, hey, if you guys are interested in it, though, I'm not the dude that yucks anybody's yum. So I will, if I get anybody who says they want it, or if I see a comment on replay that you want to know more about it, I'm happy to put the link to that bench in the live chat or in the comments or in the video description if you guys want more information, want to go check it out, see more stuff about it. All right. Now, it is almost the 8 o'clock hour, so I'll just go ahead and I'll say, get myself back on track by saying shout out to the Mountain Time Zone. Thank you for getting up way too early with Garage Gym Life. And this show is special because of you, because you guys get to interact live with me and with my guests. You don't have to post a comment and then wait for the host to come back, see your comment, and then hopefully answer it. No, you get to interact live. So that means you get to shape the conversation each and every Friday. Do me a favor, hit the like button for me. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers, and we don't grow unless you guys hit like. We got about 400 you watching right now, which is awesome for the Friday after a holiday. But I still need to get more of you guys hitting like, and I need you guys to hit that subscribe button to help me grow, help the channel get to where it needs to be. All right. My only guest of the day is my dude, Luke Stetson. Now, you might be like, who the heck is Luke Stetson? All right. Or you may know Luke Stetson, from his other life as a educator of America's youth. But Luke is the brawn, and everything else behind Luke's Garage Gym YouTube channel, as well as Luke's Garage Gym on Instagram. So I'm bringing Luke on. We're going to be talking about all of the stuff that he's got going on over there. So everybody, do me a favor and show your love for our only guest of the day, my man, Luke Stetson. Come on in, Luke.
Hey!
Welcome to the show.
What's going on, baby?
What's up?
What's going on?
What's up? Hey, man, I appreciate you getting up way too early with me. What's going on, man?
Man, I couldn't tell you. It was definitely rough getting up. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I know it's rough too for you because you're a school teacher, so you're like, man, this is like those holidays, my mom was a school teacher for 20 years, DC public school. So I understand the whole, like, you're on vacation, you're like, let me get up late. I'm gonna stay up late. You get to catch up on all the Netflix shows that you don't get to see normally.
Dude, I just I was binge watching Squid Game 2 last night.
Wow. So look,
you ever seen that?
No, I've not seen. My wife loves that show, but I've got this thing where I'm always teasing her because she's like, she likes like Korean food, she likes Korean shows, she likes BTS, all this Korean music. Yeah. So because I tease her so much about it, I can't watch Korean stuff because she'll say that I've been converted, right? So I have to like avoid all. She got me to watch Physical 100, and that's it. I was like, I gotta stop. Because that's you're taking away my credibility when I mess with you. So there's that.
It's morbid, man. I don't know how I even like got into it, but it was like during the COVID times, and it was like it got so popular, and I watched like the first couple episodes. I was like, dude, this is insane. But it kind of hooks you in. So I'm like, all right.
Oh, you see, there you go. That's that right there says I don't need to watch it because I'm like you. Time is compressed. I already don't have enough time. I don't need to add anything else. I'm already I have just enough time to watch football during the season, during the NFL season. I also watch some UFL football, but then also I watch the Disney, like when something comes out on Disney Plus for like Star Wars or Marvel, I'll set aside time to watch it. So like I'm watching Skeleton Crew right now, but I don't need to add anything else. I don't need to add. It's tight.
I was trying to watch the Bears, man, and try to care, but dude, it's just woof.
Hey, my condolences.
Not going well.
My condolences on how we destroyed y'all's season,
dude. Like it's just, I feel like we get a quarterback, and then I feel like quarterbacks go to die there. Like it's just like, I don't know, man. I think they need to just like just revamp. Get the owner, but the owner's never gonna leave, so it's like I don't know.
Yeah, that ain't happening. Yeah, y'all stuck with it. So I'll say this: Caleb Williams is a very good quarterback. So Carlos said that game was terrible last night, and you got people shouting you out too.
Hey, I didn't see the chat. Sorry, I'm a newbie here.
Oh no,
Coach, Coach, what's going on, baby?
So you got
what's going on, my brother? STCR. What's going on?
Yeah, that's Carlos. He's from CBE's True Consumer Reviews here on YouTube. Yeah, reviews a lot of movies and a little bit of like tech stuff too. So yeah, that's my dude, man.
Hey,
look, so man, I was saying that with y'all's team, I think that what you need to do is basically just get a new coach in. The problem is coaches typically like to select their own quarterback. Yeah. So what you have to do is get a coach who's excited about working with Caleb Williams, who's a very good quarterback. All right. Very good. Now, here's what you can't do. You can't have our offensive coordinator. All right. I know that there's been some talk about Cliff Kingsbury going there. You can just dead that right now. Just dead that right now. He ain't going anywhere while he's making the Arizona Cardinals head coach money and his offensive coordinator salary. You done. Lose his number until next year.
Dude, I don't know if it was a rumor or not, but it was like Harbaugh was like wanting to go to the Bears. I don't know. I read it. I was an article somewhere in like ESPN or something.
Yeah.
Harbaugh was interested.
I think Harbaugh would have been good for you guys, but I think the thing with Eberflus is y'all just had to get, basically you got to get the last of his regime out of there. Yeah. And I think he needed this time to show that he can't. He wanted to say, hey, all I needed was a quarterback. The problem was Justin Fields. Well, obviously, it wasn't Justin Fields because he got Caleb Williams, same result, right? So it's like, okay, yeah. So it is what it is. Anyway.
I'm happy for Justin Fields that he seemed like he's in a new place, and I hope everything goes well. Exactly, though, Brandon. Exactly. Yeah. It's just I don't think there's ever been consistency, and it's just like
you don't get everything to happen at the same time. That's what's hurting y'all. That's what I think. So it is what it is. I mean, but I will say that this is one of the brighter times for your franchise because you do have, they said like Caleb was getting the perfect situation, right? Yeah. For a quarterback. He's got the support around him. You got a very good defense. You got all that. So if you could just get a coach who can come in, put his own spin on things, maybe bring in a couple more pieces, but really, you just need somebody who's excited about working with Caleb Williams. That's all you need.
That is. And then the kid can be honestly great, like superstar. But like you said, we just need something like that, you know. What's up, Eric? What's going on?
My guy Matt from the UK. What's up, man? Oi!
Hey,
what's going on, man?
What's going on?
He said, hope we all had a Merry Christmas in America. I did have a great Christmas, man. I hope you guys had a good Christmas over there in England with your room temperature beers and all the other things you got going on. But I appreciate you being here each and every time, man. And you know what? My wife and I were talking about you, by the way, Matt. I got Matt Tattoo Saying. Everybody follow him on Instagram, tattoo_saying. We were talking about because we're talking about trying to get to England. We want to take a trip to England, and I was like, I could probably stop by and see Matt. So that may happen if this in 2025, potentially 2025, but definitely at least by 2026. So the point is we were talking about you there, Matt. Appreciate you being here once again. Matt's always here every Friday. Let's see. Carp says overrated, underrated YouTube channels with fitness in the title: Campbell Fitness, LMZ Fitness.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely. Hey, I'm a huge fan of Luke and what he does, man. So let's jump right into it.
LMZ Fitness, what a time, man.
Let's go here. So as when I checked with my research, meaning I looked at your YouTube channel about page, you've had a channel since April 17th, 2021. Yeah. Were you on Instagram before that? Was that where LMZ Fitness was?
Dude, I think a little bit. It's funny. I actually made like a fitness account with an old friend. I don't even know the name of it. We did it for like 6 months. We got like 1,000 followers, but we just kind of gave up because it just took so much time, and then we just kind of got burnt out. And then
was that on Instagram or YouTube?
Instagram.
Okay.
Totally different name, actually. Wasn't even LMZ Fitness.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was even called. And then I started the Instagram. I made a post about my cutoff T-shirt that's at LMZ Fitness.
Okay.
And then the YouTube channel started after because the Garage Gym Gains made the tour.
Right. Yeah.
And I kind of just started.
Whatever happened with his channel? I don't really see anything from him anymore.
He really nice guy. He just I think he went into like photography or marketing.
Okay. I mean, sometimes people just fall off a little bit because it's not whatever.
It probably got burnt out, or like it was really cool. Like I love just looking at people's gyms, like the home gym hub on Instagram. I like what he's doing. I like looking at home gyms. I wonder if he's got burnt out.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, well, hopefully he'll come back, man. Because I mean, YouTube is starting to be the place, especially like I was talking earlier at the start of the show. I was talking about how the communities tab is coming out. Not communities tab, but community feature. So YouTube is going to it's going to be like Discord, but for YouTube, right? And so you won't have to go to a separate Discord in order to interact with the people who like your channel, the people who are fans of your channel. I think that'll be huge in terms of growth and interacting with people. So that,
I think that too, because like, I've loved YouTube since I was, 10 years old. Like, it was like, I think it came out in 2005 and I was on there already. I love the platform, man.
Yeah. And plus it's real searchable. You can search for things. It doesn't matter how old the video is. It'll still pop up. And that's actually one of the questions I asked you about, like comments and stuff. So let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. So Matt says, I'm more than welcome at his house. He said he's going to put a beer on the side now. So it'll be room temperature. When I get there, it'll be room temperature. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for thinking of me. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right. So Brandon's got a question. So let's go ahead and knock that out right here. So he says, now that you're settled in your newer space, congratulations. What's something you wish you could change or add that you didn't think of when you were initially coming from your last garage? Go ahead and give you the big screen for this.
Well, my last garage, I completely was limited in my space. Like I could not grow past just like a 1-car spot. So like I couldn't have a functional trainer, like a really good cable system. It would have literally taken up half the space. So like now it's like I don't know. I love having, like, you could probably see in my garage, I have like 6 cable systems. But I wish I could
change your
change
setup when you did like my current. It was like on Instagram. It's like this is my current setup. I was like, oh my god,
dude, I had so much stuff. But like Brandon, like I wish like in my old spot I had more cable work, but like I didn't have any space. So like I literally, honestly, did mostly like dumbbell work, bent with my bench, and then like and I did like powerlifting movements. I had like a lat pull down system in my Titan rack, but like I have like the Michelob functional trainer, or I had like the Vesta 3-in-1, which I could have honestly.
But you got that GetRx unit, right?
Yeah,
GetRx. I like that. I just watched that video 2 days ago. I think that looks, except for the thing with the weight stack pin, which is weird. It looks like a nice unit, nice and compact.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, dude. I did the GetRx one and then the Michelob Fitness one, which that one's not bad, but like you're saying, like you go to 100 pounds and you got to put the pin on the backside. I'm like, did they test this? Like, I wonder if companies test their things before they sell it. I'm like, how did you not notice that? Like, what?
So for stuff like that, man, I'm always curious about like whether they kind of like, especially with some of the smaller brands, whether they just say, well, we're just going to get it out there and just assume we're going to have to do a version 2. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of using the market as beta testing. And I always wonder if that like, I wouldn't do it that way.
No,
I would do it. Okay, let's say John's running some sort of home gym company, right? Like for building equipment. What I would do is send out initial, like a test run of stuff to people like you, right? And say, hey, try to break it. Try to break it, play with it, see what you can do with it. Because first of all, if you try to break it, because there's somebody out there who's going to use it wrong, right? So you try to break it. If you can't break it, okay, we succeeded. If you do break it, tell me what you did to break it. Now, maybe I don't want you to hit it with a hammer, but I'm saying, like just use it and just see what, let's see what happens if you do, so let's say it's like a cable stack tower. And I say, okay, it's only supposed to have 250 pounds on the cable. Put 300 pounds on there. See what happens. Like, that's, whatever. Don't sue me, but try to break it. And then give me your feedback. So the advantage to content creators is you get to play with stuff before everybody else. And we all like the clout of being able to say that we were in the know, we're on the development side.
Yeah.
The advantage to the company is they get constructive, helpful feedback before the product gets to market and there's negative publicity. So that's how I would do it. But I think that some companies don't care about that. They're just like, I'm just going to get it out there and then just see what the market says, because maybe they don't even care about this thing. And then the other, I don't know which outcome I think is worse, is being made by people who don't lift.
Yes, dude. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I'll go on there all day about that.
Like it's being made by someone who's an engineer, but not somebody who's a lifter.
Yes.
Yes.
Dude, you need to hire someone that, I think you definitely need the engineering side, 100%, obviously, but like hiring someone too that like is experienced in working out, that like can, give you honest feedback on like the range of motion of the machine, like the technical features, like the testing product, because like we have a question going later about that aspect. Like that's kind of my thing. It's like, I've been lifting for 20 years. Like I can test and tell you, the range of motion, this is garbage, or this is great. It's like sometimes the engineering part, it can get confusing on my end, because that's just something I've never really been taught,
Right. So one last comment about Garage Gym Gains. Carp says, I think he was Garage Gym Gains was working in a commercial gym and building other commercial gyms, but he said the tours were nice to check out.
That makes sense. Yeah. I think he's starting a garage gym again. I'm pretty sure.
Cool. That'd be cool. All right. So, what made you decide to start Luke's Garage Gym as I know you said you like YouTube as a platform, but that doesn't necessarily, everybody who likes YouTube doesn't necessarily want to start a channel. So did you start it because of COVID? Like what was it that got you to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and start a channel to, to do reviews and all the stuff that goes into it?
Well, initially, we used to make YouTube videos as kids. I've always liked making videos. But we kind of just, went to college. We kind of grew out of that phase. And then, like during COVID where like I was coaching high school varsity baseball, but the season got canceled. So like it took up a lot of my time. So it was more like my hobby side job. And I'm just like, man, like I need to find something else I really like to do. And then like we were doing that Instagram for a year. And then I was just like, man, like I should try getting back into making videos. And like I watched a lot of Coop because we were building a garage gym. I was like, I really like what he's doing. I really like his videos. Like he's very knowledgeable. As a school teacher, like my job is to present things, lesson planning. And I was like, this is pretty cool. And that's kind of the reason why I made that little video for Garage Gym Gains, because that was kind of my testing video, which I watched. I was like, woof, that was rough. But it was like vertical and it was like
first video,
yeah. And I just kind of got the bug, the excitement of like, man, this is fun making videos. And like the editing side, dude, I still am just not very good at. I don't know if I ever will, but like I love going in front of the camera and talking about equipment, working out. I'm not a personal trainer. I don't have a degree in that aspect, but I have a lot of experience working out. And I like home gym equipment, man. It's just fun. It's enjoyable.
I think I think that part of what we have with our space is you have people who do it just as a hobby. So it's just something you do on the side. And then you have other people like me. Like for me, this is my retirement plan. So Carlos, get ready. Grandpa's going on a tangent. So this is like every show, every one of these shows, there's at least one or two. I've already done like 3 stories, I think, today, where I'll just tell a story about, some random thing from my life. All right. So here comes another one. So my dad retired, was in the television business for years. He's a television executive, right? He's retired as vice president of a public TV station. Anyway, but the thing that is in my family is like when you retire, you don't retire and just sit around doing nothing. You retire, you find something else to do, right? And part of that, or maybe the reason for it, is that we tend to live a long time. So my dad, you retire at 70. I mean, like my grandfather died when he was 99. I've got an uncle who passed away. He was over 100 years old, right? So if I retire at 70, that's at least another 30 years of needing something to do with my time, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing is too, like I noticed, in the years I've been working, you have people retire and they got nothing else to do. They just go play golf or something. They end up dying because there's nothing to do. I think they just give up on life, right? Why am I getting out of bed? I got nowhere to be, got nothing to do. All right. So what I said was, when I first started Garage Gym Life, I was like, well, it's originally John Burgesson, who's GarageGyms.com, had his website. And I used his website when I was trying to expand my home gym. All right. So when I first started my home gym in 2001, there wasn't anything. But then John Burgesson came out, and then like Jim Wendler wrote that article, How to Kick Ass in a One-Car Garage. I was on T-Nation. Actually, it was originally on the Elite FTS website. But just trying to find content related to building the home gym was difficult to find. So for me, it started kind of as a hobby, like as a love letter to myself from 2000. So I started doing this 2015, started actually doing it in 2017. Well, it was like a love letter to myself back from 2001. Like this is what I wish I had in 2001, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, hey, you could do this as, like, you could make money doing this. Well, wouldn't it be cool to retire and do it? So that everything I do is like kind of geared towards building this into something that I can do not now, but the day I retire, I want to be able to say, hey, now I do Garage Gym Life full time. Make sense?
I honestly, I think that's awesome, man. I'm in the same boat of like, so that's how my dad is. My dad was a UPS driver for, almost 40 years. And
yeah,
he wanted he mods 4s now. But like he can't sit around like he wants something to do. Yeah, you know, and it's like I would love to have the same mindset as you, as a school teacher. Like, you know, by the way, I think I have to teach till I'm 68 years old. Don't know that's going to happen. That's a long time.
So here's the thing, man. And I think another thing is, so I was in the military, right? And so the idea of retirement for me is you do 20 years, retire. Well, I wasn't able to retire from the Marine Corps, right? But had I done that though, I would have been 42 when I retired. I would have had to have something to do, because you get the way our retirement was you get half pay. So when I say retirement, it's like you get to the point where you still need to make, maybe you don't even need to make the money, but you need to have something to do. But then you could use whatever money you earn from the thing, let it pays for itself. Maybe it pays for you to go on vacations. You can use it as a tax write-off, whatever, right? So that's what I'm looking at. Like, maybe it's not the thing that's paying our bills, but it's at least self-sustaining. And it's interesting, right? So that's what I'm looking at, like, to try to get it to that point. Well, that affects what I say yes to in terms of brand deals. It affects what I decide to do as far as programming. That's why I decided to start doing a live stream designed kind of like a morning radio show. Yeah. Because I can do this a lot longer than I can do videos of I can always do videos of myself working out. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, I really just need to sit here and talk. You know what I'm saying? I could do this for 20 years, no problem, right?
Dude,
so that's how I think about how to build what I'm doing, right? But then you got people who are doing hobbies. A lot of times they're looking for stuff, like they're just trying to build out their garage gym, and then they want to be able to like reach out. They want clout. So I can say, I talked to so-and-so, I know the guy from this company and all that kind of thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. What I want to know from you though is kind of like, how's your experience been with the brands who are trying to work with all of these different kinds of content creators? Because you know what they want us to do is they basically want us to create shoppable videos.
Yep.
That works if you're in the beauty space. It doesn't really work for what we do.
No.
You know, I've got most of the guys who are watching right now are not who are in the live chat. They've already told me in one forum or another that they don't click affiliate links unless they know the person and they're like, I just want to support you. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just clicking. They're not going to watch a video and see this thing. Oh, that's kind of cool, and click on it. That's just not how men in general, that's not how we think. You know what I'm saying? So how have you adapted as you create your content, keeping your audience in mind, and like, hey, like, this is my goal. This is what my audience wants. But then I also got to satisfy these brands that want me to get people to click these links. How have you navigated that?
Can you hear me real quick? It kind of froze.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, okay. I hear you.
It like froze. Well, it's a really good question, because you can't, first of all, like you're saying, like promoting products, like these people might be spending $1,500 on these products, or $3,000. And if we just say, you know, oh, this is the greatest thing on the planet, you love it, and then they get in there, it's not. It's just, you're lying to these people, you know. And like, I think you have to, I do it in such a professional way. First of all, as a teacher, like zero cussing, zero bad language. And then my way of approaching it is, I kind of have a system of how I create my videos.
You do like a lesson plan?
Dude, I swear to God, it's the same. It's the same style for
I recognize it. Like I said, my mom was a teacher. So yeah.
So this is how I do. I do specs. I do features. I do just kind of like my own intake on how I use it. I test it. I give my pros and cons. And at the end, I say, what do you think of this? Let me know in the comments. Like, I will never say, you need to go buy this, the greatest thing ever, unless I honestly, truly think, dude, this is awesome. Like, this is the coolest thing that I've ever used. It's great. I don't know if I've really ever said that. I don't know if I have. Because, like, I think you have to give, you got to give the audience the ability to kind of figure out if they think it's right for them. I think give your honest opinion. There's some brands, I'm not going to lie, and I've been really good about just saying, I'm good. I don't want to deal with this. Like, I had a brand, I'm just not going to say the name. I said, can I test this with, 225 and like bench and then like drop it on the Smith machine? They're like, we'll talk to the product testers. I'll let you know.
Right there, that means no.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, I'm not doing this. Like,
yeah.
So you're telling me I'm going to make a video on this product and if I can't do 225 and if it breaks, you're going to kill somebody. Like, what are you doing here? It's like, that's where I'm like, no, I'm good. See you later.
So not just because he's on here, in fact, nobody tell him I said this, all right? But one of the things I like about, so I'll go a different direction. I cannot stand when I watch review videos and the person doing the review is benching like 135, right? not a Nazi, you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh, this bar is great. They got 135 on it. I'm like, I'm sure it is great. Bars don't start misbehaving till you get more weight on them, right?
Right.
So,
exactly.
So one of the things I like about Brandon is like I know that he's you'll see him using stuff, and I know that he's a strong dude. So it's like, okay, cool. If he says this is a good bar, I'll know. All right, he's applied some pressure to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with Gluck. Like one of my favorite videos is that video of Gluck and Winnie where they dropped the bar on the power rack and the whole thing just folded. You see him just take off running.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm there horse laughing because it's obvious he doesn't know which way to run. He's trying to figure out where it's safe. And I'm just laughing because he obviously didn't get hurt. So I'm like, so it's funny just the look on his face and all that. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's how I test stuff. All right, I'm sort of similar to you. It's like, what's this thing? So I'll start out with, hey, this is this is what it is. All right, what's it supposed to do? That's like the next thing I'll tell you. This is what it's supposed to do. Yeah. All right, now here's what I like about it. Mm-hmm. And if it's something like where I just unboxed it, obviously I haven't tested it yet. So then a lot of times I'll say, well, let's go test it. Or if it's something that I can't test because it would just be boring. So like when I did my compression sleeves video, I'm like, you ain't trying to sit there and watch me sit with a compression sleeve on, right? So B-roll of that is not interesting. So we'll just do a video later. Yeah. But if it's something like a bar, I'll try to throw some video in there of me actually using it to kind of do like a quick workout with it, whatever. And then I say, okay, well, so then pros and cons, and then we, final thoughts, right? So to get back to our point, the point is you have to actually use it. Mm-hmm. And I think you have to use it in a significant way. You can't do, like you're saying, you told them, hey, can I just drop 225 on there? That's reasonable. Somebody could drop 225 on this thing.
Yes.
Or 225 100%. With this bar, whatever. Think how many people in America can bench 225, men and women. All right. Just percentage wise, somebody's going to drop the bar. Don't you think we should test it to see what happens? Right. Or you should have already tested it before you sent it to me. Exactly. But now that I've got it, let me show people what happens when I dropped it or just whatever. If some brand tells me, nah, you can't drop it or you can't do this or that, I'm just like, that's already a red flag for me.
Yes. And like 225, I feel like is the sweet spot too of like the bench and squat aspect. That's like this where like most people are at or getting to. And I think that's like a good, breaking point. Like I can't bench more than 260. So I'll put 255 on it. Or like I could probably squat 300. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It's been a while. But I don't know. It's just it blows my mind that they won't let you do that. It's like, are you even like proud of your products? Like what are we doing here?
Yeah. Like if you I just so now we just said all that, but then I also say this too. And I said this during last week's show. We kind of need to, and I want to hear from you guys in the chat. In fact, let me take a second to check out the chat right here. So you just got to subscribe.
Matt's here. Carlos. My dude. Let's go. What's up, Roy?
Hey, Carlos is my guy right here, right? Just so you knew. All right. Eric said his dad was a UPS driver for 43 years. Shout out to your dad, man. Matthew Porter. What's up, Matt? Hey, we're enjoying this Porter, man. What's up, Matt? Appreciate you being here. Rory Ellis.
Hey.
My man, I was just in Nashville, but we were only up there for one day, so I did not have time to come out to Casa de Rory and try out the anabolic flip-flops and lift. But I promise you, I will come out there I'm gonna be coming up to Nashville, and I'm gonna stop by your place. Number one, I want to hang out with you and lift, and then afterwards, we're gonna go and explore what the heck is going on at that waffle taco place. Yes, there's a place that sells waffles and tacos. We're gonna figure this out. All right, we're gonna figure this out. Me and Rory. Carp said, "If it dies, it dies." Hey,
right?
That's it.
Yeah, game over.
Do it anyway. Michael Wales, what's up, Michael? What's up, man? I ain't talked to you in a minute. I haven't talked to Michael since he ran for, I think it was city council. I was like, hey, now he in the big time. He don't want to talk to nobody. What's up, Michael? Hey, good seeing you, man. I hope the gym in the Winds is treating you well. It's winter time, so I know you got the tarp down on that back deck, man. But awesome having you to see you in here, my man. Hope the princess is doing well. All right, this is cool, man. Look, Luke is bringing out all the old guys who follow me for a long time.
Let's go, baby.
On a weekly basis. You bringing people out of the shadows.
I love it, man.
Right. But so go back to what I was saying. I said this last week. Like, as content creators, I feel like we need to start adjusting our expectations of our audience, because we have so many people who watch reviews not to get information, but because let's just call it entertainment. They're watching your review just for entertainment. And the way I can tell is because you start getting comments on your videos. They've shifted away from, what are the specs on this? How does it feel when you do this? And now it's more comments like, the quality of the review. So it's like, hey, good review. I enjoyed it. I like your reviews. Another good, whatever, right? Or they're talking about how they solved a similar problem in their home gym. So they're like, like on my Bells of Steel Roller J Hooks video, somebody came on and said, well, I've got the Titan ones. And so I use those and I like them. Another person came on and said, I've been on Team Roller J Cups. I think it was my guy, Joey Echeverria. And he was like, yeah, I've been on Team Roller J Cups since I got them. I could never go back to regular J Cups. So the point is, out of those three kinds of comments, none of them were watching the video because they're trying to outfit a home gym and they need to know about being informed to make an informed purchase. Yeah. They're watching for entertainment, right? I love the engagement and love that they're interacting and I love that they're watching. But I'm like, are we really serving these people if we're not doing addressing their need for the entertainment side of things? You know what I'm saying? So, and then I don't think that we're also giving space on the other side of it for content creators to just present a product without saying whether it's good or bad. Just say, hey, this is it. This is what it's supposed to do. Like the example I used last week was QVC.
Yes.
If you watch QVC, they don't tell you whether. I got to work with that, but yeah, like you don't watch QVC and see them put up a mug or something and say, well, how come they didn't talk about pros and cons? They're just literally telling you this is the thing, and they demonstrate what it does. Yeah. Why don't we have space for that in the home gym community? You know what I'm saying? What do you think about that?
Well, I think there should be. Like there's some people out there who like. Maybe they don't really want to get into diving into the really specific aspects of a piece of equipment. They just like testing stuff and just showing what it is. Like, and that's it. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And like, you can even make it in the beginning of your video. Like, hey, I'm just the kind of person who just shows off the products. Like, and they can name, here's other people in the space that do the pros and cons. They can direct them that way too. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, and they're not saying go buy this now. It's more of just like, here it is. Here's what it does, and then kind of move on. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think where we get concerned and worried is where like we can tell these people, like you said in the beginning, going back to like they're not really using it. Like in the B-roll, it's very lightweight. B, it just sounds like they're just trying to throw it at you. Hey, go buy this. This is great. And then like, you don't
my link. Click my link. And I've got affiliate links, and I would love it if all of you went into the description and clicked them all twice. All right. But I'm just saying.
Click all his links. Buy this, get this man some cash.
If I don't have a link, go to Luke's, click links. Hey, I'm all about that. If I can support somebody else, I'm fine. I don't mind doing it. But I also understand from the consumer side of things. I don't want you to don't do just an infomercial. You know what I mean? But like I said, I think like the one that comes to my mind is Fast and Loud. I'm talking about Fast and Loud, Gas Monkey Garage, and then there's Counting Cars. So just because so basically they're doing car restoration, right? Yeah. Or let's go with Pimp My Ride or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching this show not because I'm trying to do modifications to my car. I'm watching because it's entertaining.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, we need to create some space because we got people like Jonathan from No Fake 24/7, super creative with how he puts together videos. I think that we can do a little bit better job of just putting out create a better product in terms of how we present the information, because there are people, like I said, who are watching for entertainment. We need to serve them too.
I think so too, because it's mainly just home gym. We're home gym reviewers. We have to make sure the lesson plan aspect we just talked about. You got to cover those 5 things, or your videos suck. We're not watching it. Whatever.
Exactly.
I think there should be a lot of different types of people with what they do in this space. I think it'll help. I think it scares a lot of people off, because a lot of people that's not really what they want to do. They just there's a lot of people in the home gym space. They just say, dude, I have this product. It's, I just want to show you it. But they're nervous to do it, because if they don't break it down like we do and say, here's what's wrong, here's what's right with it, you're not relevant in the space. So I think there should be something like that. I do.
I agree. So let's say, so Rory said he's on board. He said, you're always invited. He said, never heard of that plate, Waffle Taco. Sounds very interesting. Let's make it happen. Oh, yeah, we just invited Eric. First of all, I want y'all to know that Waffle Taco is a real thing, right? Waffle Taco, Nashville.
Dude, get a little bit of hot sauce. Just take the hot sauce.
All right, I'm gonna just show you what the outside of this place looks like. I've been passing it forever, and I'm like, man, we need to try it. Look at that. Is that not amazing? Look at that, man. Waffle Taco, and that stuff on the menu. We gotta make this happen.
I got zero food in my house too. Now I'm craving some.
Look at it. Hey, I can't promise that we'll be healthier when we leave, but it would have happened.
We'll go in the garage. We'll burn it off. We'll be all right,
yeah.
Dude, I love me some Nashville food. I love me. Oh, dude, food is so good there, man. I go there just for that sometimes.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely hit up Waffle Taco. All right, so then Carp said, yeah, that's one thing I struggle with is I know a good knowledge base, but I feel like there's a lot of newbies that come out every day. They're not looking right at the $500 barbell. And to your point, Carp, I get more questions on my Eon Fit. First of all, I get way too many questions about my review of the Eon Fit Omni. And it's to the point where some of the questions I've already answered 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, dude, could you just look, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for the engagement. And don't take this the wrong way, but please scroll down and look at the other comments, because I might have already answered the question. You know what I'm saying? But I get way more comments and questions about that. My review of the Makolo, I think it was the F22. No, it was the F4, and I think that's what they called it. And then the Major Fitness F22, Raptor F22, because I did a comparison, head-to-head comparison video on them. So I get a lot of questions about those 2 racks. I get a lot. So basically, the stuff that's not necessarily the top of the line stuff, I get a lot more questions from people who are looking for information on those. And I get questions, and then I get comments from people who just want to say good review, or yeah, I have this and I like it too, or I've got something similar, but I bought it from a different brand. On whenever I do something from Bells of Steel or Rep, or one of the bigger name brands. So that's what happens. Is that your experience too?
For me, yeah. I probably get 2 to 3 comments a day on Major Fitness, at least. All over Facebook too. I get DMs. That's probably the main brand. Well, because they push my videos the most. That brand's done the best for me in regards to views. Like I've gotten so many views on that brand and Rit Fit, honestly, because I feel like that's a lot of marketing budget.
Yeah.
That's what it's popular. There's a lot of awareness all over Amazon. There's awareness. They do a lot of ads. So like as a basic consumer, when I'm looking, if you type in home gym, they're going to pop
see Major Fitness. You'll see it. And then you've got a video on it. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. You know, and so like you're kind of like the first in line they see. So they ask questions, you know?
Yeah. So Mario said, my guy Mario from 46 Fitness. I was just talking about your ears must have been burning. I was talking about you not that long ago, man, during this show. He said it's coming. So eventually there'll be a QVC for every company on social media. Said you could start the first. Let's go. So hey, there you go. That's an idea for a channel direction. And then Jake, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
I got to get you on here, Jake, by the way, because we got to do a sit rep on Home Gym Con to see what the status is of that thing. He says home gym marketing space is a little behind the times. Yes, 100%. That goes back to what I was saying. It's like we're not the beauty space, right? You could, so like my wife will watch a beauty video and somebody's like doing their makeup. And you'll see people say, hey, where'd you get that dress? And they say, oh, well, the dress is linked and thing. And people click on it and they buy the dress that she's wearing. It's not even the point of the video, but they're just clicking links, right? Oh, where'd you get that makeup? I want to buy it. So shoppable videos are easier to do with makeup, beauty, any kind of stuff in that space. But for us, and I don't want to just cut it down gender lines, but a lot of it honestly is that guys, I think number one, guys don't like to be told what to do. and number two, I think we're just not wired that way. We're wired to watch stuff that we don't plan on buying just because it's like, oh, that looks interesting. Yeah. Like we're watching the engineering video. I seriously went down a rabbit hole one day watching videos of how plates are made in China. Like, you know, those videos on China that pop up, it'll say like how dumbbells are made, how plates are. I went down the rabbit hole and I watched all of them. Okay. I haven't bought a single thing from that company, but it was just interesting to me. I think that's how guys are. So I think you're right, Jake. It's like, home gym marketing is behind, and it's even behind normal fitness marketing. So I don't think anybody's really figured out how to actually do this so that you're actually making good money off of affiliate links and everything else, but still providing an entertainment product.
That kind of going off what you're saying, dude. Like, I don't really mention my affiliate links because I feel like people are going to get like mad at me that like use my link. Like, it's such a weird topic.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, it's like I also need to like make a little bit of money. Like, you know, it's such a hard topic, man. Because like people think, oh, you're pushing the product, I'm just like, that's why I just say if you're interested, it's in the description.
Yeah, it's like there's no way to kind of like. So I think like if we went with the QVC style model, then people expect that you're gonna say, hey, here's how to get it. The link is there. Go get it. Right.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm doing a review where I'm telling you what I think of the value of the product, like pros and cons, then there's a little bit more expectation that I'm going to try to be neutral, because how can you trust that I'm being unbiased if I'm saying, hey, go buy this thing. And here's my link, my discount code or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So Rory said he's sold. So hey, we're getting a waffle taco caravan. So anybody wants to join in, we're gonna get this thing going. It's gonna happen,
baby.
Hey, don't think I won't. I'll send you like, hey man, we're going on this date. Let's schedule it. You get out of Chicago. Come on, let's do it.
Because it's cold here, and I need a vacation.
Yeah, dude. My son lived in Chicago till he escaped, and now he's at Camp Pendleton. Yes. Y'all can have all that. You can have all of Chicago.
Dude, I'm probably honestly gonna be stuck here, but it's probably what's gonna happen. But always good vacation.
I like the area. It's just y'all just unreasonably cold. Eric says some of that Amazon stuff gets viewed, like most viewed videos or gym tours in Amazon, and he said that's his most viewed gym tours and stuff because the Amazon stuff. Even when it said it's a fail, people still watch it. So there's that. All right, I see you, Jake. Jake, I'll message you so we can get that scheduled. I'll send you the calendar link, whatever. Roy said, How It's Made was my absolute favorite show growing up. I can tell you how to make all kinds of random stuff you never cared to know about. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is like we watch stuff just, oh, that's cool. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's just it's like our inner little boy. So
you just get hooked.
yeah. Carlos said, I think guys are more prone to watch for research on something they're already interested in.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense. Hang on a second. Public service announcement. Hey, Joaquin. Hey, your dog needs to go outside.
Oh.
Before she does something you don't like in your room.
Dog's passed out right here. Huh?
Yeah. So
Dirty Jobs. Oh, dude, what a show.
Yeah,
Kurt, what's going on, buddy?
Like, you may not necessarily want to go work on a fish trawler, but you're like, hey, you know, it's interesting. I don't mind seeing that. Yeah. All right. So now let's get to the question that I've been waiting to hear, because I'm a firm believer that all engagement is good engagement to a certain extent, but I also understand that that's part of that grind, where this turns something that was fun, that you started with good intentions, it makes it like you start. I mean, I've been at the point where I'm like, man, I don't feel like doing this anymore.
Oh,
okay. You posted on Instagram recently that you are done with negative comments. You said, I know you've been going through it with some online trolls, and in some cases, I like to be fair. In some cases, the people who are trolling probably don't even realize that they're being trolls. They think, oh, well, I'm calling you out about this, or I'm just making conversation, or I'm just bringing up a point that, you know, you may not have realized, or whatever, right? Like, they think they're just adding to the conversation, and we take it as trolling. And like I said, on some level, all engagement is good engagement, but everybody draws the line somewhere. Everybody draws that line somewhere in the sand. So I'm going to give you an open platform. I want you to talk about your decision to start blocking comments that you think are unproductive or that are derailing the conversation. So the floor is yours.
Okay, well, I think the first thing that kind of irks me is this is like the first thing I've done in my life that I am like truly passionate about. Like, and I'm serious. Like, I played sports growing up. I did the traditional like jock lifestyle, but I was never really like super diehard into anything like that. So like this home gym equipment, like I really I love doing. And first of all, when people are calling you fat or chubby, and the guy, I've been working out 20 years, and like just like it's just nasty. Like coming at me like how I look and how I act, how I say things. It's like, you know, it wasn't one time. It was probably over 150, 200 times I heard it. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get upset. Because like, it's like in high school, like kids, I was a smaller guy in high school. And like, I've always been a really like a pretty like quiet, humble, like laid back kind of guy. And kids would kind of push me and kind of make fun of me. So I kind of brought back a little bit of that too. And the fact too, I have a lot of eyeballs from students looking, seeing. And when they see those comments, not even like I am all for talking in like a debating style in comments. I think it's incredible. But like just like not even talking about the video and just blatantly just calling me out for nothing, even talking about the video and just being rude and nasty. I want my kids to like use social media and see it as in like a positive way when they see me. And I think it got to me really hard too. Because, you know, my kids deal with cyberbullying a lot, and
you talking about the kids you teach in school?
Yes.
Yeah. So for anybody who's watching today who just came in late, Luke is a school teacher, elementary school, or is it middle school?
Sixth grade.
Okay. All right.
And it kind of upset me too in that aspect. Like I hate seeing my kids seeing their teacher who they look up to dealing with this too, and so like I kind of like it was kind of word vomit. I probably shouldn't have. I'm not saying like I was mad for posting that, but like I'm coming from a way that like I want my kids to see social media positively. And I hate seeing these people who are literally just miserable human beings bashing on me for no reason. Like you don't even want this product. You're just having an awful day and you're just going to go call me out. You don't even know who I am. And it just upsets me. I'm a fixer. Like I like fixing things and fixing people. It's never going to happen. It's hard to fix anybody. Yeah. And I think I kind of just hit a wall because like Major Fitness, I love what they've done for me, but a lot of it comes from those videos. those ad videos. Dude, I've had some really mean comments. Like I'm not going to say on here because we're keeping this professional, but it was like to a point. It's like, wow, like this is rough.
Okay. So
and then it gets to you. So
here's the thing. And I mean, I guess I kind of have like a little bit of, first of all, I can say and honestly admit that I, not only am I competitive, I can also be combative, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to fight. And this is before I joined the Marine Corps. Joining the Marine Corps did not make me less aggressive at times. Okay, it didn't dial down my ability to amp up the aggression level. But so the thing for me that's a danger when I get negative comments is it doesn't hurt my feelings. It makes me want to say something back, and I have to like watch my testimony. I have to watch, like, you know, again, this is something I want to be doing when I'm 70 years old. You can kind of derail it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I see your comment, Rory. So,
thank you, bro. Thank you, Carlos.
That's awesome. That's awesome right there. So for me though, it's like, so the temptation is to say stuff back. So here's what I do. And this kind of goes back to something else that we're going to talk about a little bit later on, assuming we don't run out of time. We only got like 10 minutes left. Oh. So if you need to go, I can let you go, man. But
dude, I got all the time, man. I got
know that because a little behind the scenes stuff. Luke booked not one but 2 time slots. I said this dude's got a lot to get off his chest.
I didn't even realize. I was like, oh,
I like the 8 o'clock and 9. I said this dude's got a lot to say. I need to brace myself. All right, yeah. So if we run a little over, it's cool. Normally I would hard stop you at the hour, but anyway. So I think this is an important topic though. So that's what I'm saying. So my temptation is to argue with people. And then I realized, man, look how much time I've spent on this argument, going back and forth with this person. I'm not going to convince them. They're not going to convince me. Because what happens to me is it's people arguing about whether they like a thing that I said was good or not. Right? I don't know if that makes sense how I phrase it, but it's like, I get it. Okay, so like, all right, I'll use a good one where I said there was a YouTube short I did. So it's not even related to products. There was a YouTube short, and I said that this, the one-arm overhead dumbbell tricep extension is the best movement for tricep growth. Okay? So from a physiological standpoint, it may not be the best for you because if you need thickness, you probably need more of I like positions of flexion as there's a training, whatever, for bodybuilding style stuff. So you might need a mid-range, or let's call it more of a compound movement. You need thickness. So might need to do close grip benches. But I find that a lot of people, because we tend to have reduced range of motion because of lifestyle, we don't really get that stretch position movement dialed in, right? And so I think that overhead tricep extension is the best movement for triceps, for growing your triceps, right? This dude argued with me for like a week.
Over a week?
Yes. So he'll post a comment, I'll respond, and then I'm done with it for the day. And then I guess he'll come back on. He'll say like maybe the next day or that night, but I don't see it till the next day. Well, no, because of this and that. And I'm like, you're literally arguing with me over whether this exercise I like is better than the one that you like.
It's kind of never going to go anywhere. And this guy is like, dude, like,
I'm like, okay, let's just so now I'm at the point where I just say, let's just stop. There has been one situation where I said, you know what, this is so bad because the person was trolling a video I posted of someone else. He said this is the most useless movement ever, what she was doing, right? And it was she was doing a dragon flag, right? And I was like, well, it's not useless to her. Don't worry about it, whatever, right? He said it's useless. It's not functional. I'm like, what do you mean? What's functional? So I ended up saying I had enough. So I invited, and credit to him, the video's still up on my channel. I invited him on.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, that's a baller move.
Hey, I don't. In fact, me and Jonathan, this is less combative, but me and Jonathan have a disagreement from NoFA 24/7. We have a disagreement about the cable stack tower from Bells of Steel, right?
Yeah.
So I told him, hey, let's come on. So he's coming on not next week, but the Friday after that. He's going to come on. We're going to debate about our takes on the cable stack tower, because he said that every other content creator who did a video about it missed the mark on it, and that his video is the only one that brings up this thing. And I'm not arguing that. He is the only one that makes a big deal about it, but I think the thing he's talking about is not a hill to die on. Anyway, my point is, I don't have a problem with bringing people on, because what I hate is when people hide in the comments. So I'm like, if you want to fight, come on, right? So you come on and we'll talk. And so
I'm excited for that. I love me some No Fade.
It's just to me, like I said, it can just become counterproductive. But the other side of it to me is like, all engagement is good, because I've got one video that went viral that was 5 million views. And it's because primarily of all the negative comments. Right,
dude. Yeah.
So my channel grew though, because of all these negative comments, because people kept on seeing the video.
Dude, and I think I that's kind of what I wanted to talk about too. It's like, I know eventually as the page grows more and more, they're gonna come, and it's gonna get to. I mean, I would be awesome to get to a point you get 400 or 500 comments. Like I'm not gonna sit here and block every single person. You know, I think it's because like I'm still very small. And I built a pretty good base that like it irked me, but like I understand as you get bigger, it's out of your control. I mean, it could be a lesson for my kids. Like we actually talk about social media in my textbook. I'd be like, they all know my channel. They all ask where my merch is. I'm like, dude, I have no idea. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, it is also a good lesson to teach the kids, like, hey, this is what happens. This is how you approach it. Like, I know it's illogical to just delete every person and block them. I know as you get bigger, it's not. I think it's, I was more, it kind of irked me when if it was like a couple people, it's like whatever. But when it's hundreds, like, I'm just like, dude, like I'm really upset, you know?
So Kurt says he just automates all the negative stuff to Chat GPT. So dude, there's that.
Kurt, DM me how you do that, because that sounds great.
So there you go. So that we here we are solving problems Friday morning.
Chat GPT, dude, I love me, dude. Chat GPT can be really good for certain things, man.
Oh yeah. Carlos said bullying sucks, and he says we fully support you, Luke. You're awesome, bro. So let me go ahead and do this before I forget. So we were talking about dirty jobs. And Rory said he DM'd me a post of himself with Mike Rowe. So I'm going to go ahead and post that up right now so we can all admire. Because all we care about is whether Rory is bigger than Mike Rowe. I'm sure he is. Oh, I don't know. Mike's got you on the hike, Rory. But you got it. Okay, you out-angled him right there. That's all that's important. There you go, my guy. Nice.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Hey, boys.
Nice. Sweet. We're not going to ask y'all any questions about what y'all are doing in the liquor store. But, hey, you have your business meetings wherever you need to have them, man. Whatever gets them to
Oh, my God.
But, hey, I love that. I love what you seeing Rory's success, man. I hope you get even more. I hope everybody knows about the megalith handles by the end of the year, by the end of next year, because the year's almost over.
Guy, man.
Nice. Mario said, and so Mario's dealt with a bunch of negative comments too, because there is, and I will say this too, and anybody who doesn't like it, you want to fight this, yo. He said there's a segment of the home gym community that's on, and they're in the home gym Discord, where they just want to argue with you if you make a product, if you talk about a product that looks anything like a product that one of their friends created. Emphasis on one of their friends. Because if it's not somebody who they know, they don't care, right? Because the original belt squat machine was designed by Matt Winning, right? But I don't see anybody giving anybody grief for designing a belt squat and saying, oh, you're taking Matt Winning's design. Or then you've got the only other person I can say that legitimately could say they've got a belt squat prototype or machine that was original is Squat Max. Nobody talks about how these other belt squat ideas out there are copying Squat Max or whatever, right? Because Matt Winning and Squat Max are not in the friends with people in the home gym Discord. Okay, anybody thinks I'm wrong, I'm happy to argue that with you too.
You're 100% right.
So a lot of it is just being protective of their friends. I get it. You know, I think Matthew Porter is cool. And when somebody said the Eon Fit Omni was copying his design in an inferior way, I was like, yeah, I'm not arguing with that at all. In fact, that almost became an argument. I was like, I'm not arguing with you. Yeah, it is a copy. And in fact, the way I responded to it, go back to what you were saying about the kids, where I responded to it led to me and Matthew even dialoguing, doing some collabs. I've got one of his products downstairs in my garage right now.
I saw that.
Yeah. So it's like, so it was a positive outcome. So it doesn't have to be negative. But the reason why I brought it up is because Mario's had issues with this stuff. A lot of it comes from the Home Gym Discord, right? He says eventually you grow up and the comments don't. He said, my skin is very thick on my back after almost 10 years of comments. He says some do need to be taken into account regardless of the approach. So he's right. Some of the comments, it's like the way they come at you is wrong, but the message in the comment might be something you need to pay attention to. So that's the other side of it. So B-Dog wants me to ask you about the Eon Fit Omni. So dude, I don't know.
It's funny really because
So what do you got?
Well, I love doing this, but I literally have no space for everything. And I have multiple friends who have home gyms or starting home gyms. So like my buddy, actually, I'm going to make a video after the new year of it. And because I wanted my buddy has been using it for a few months. He says he really likes it. So actually when Gluck made that video, it kind of threw me away. I was like, whoa, like that's pretty cool. I think it's a very affordable, budget-friendly option. Now, here's the thing I want to mention that happened, and I'll talk about in the video is, dude, I used the push pin to rotate the arm, and literally after 2 times, it literally shot off and flew off. Like the spring broke and just shot off and flew like.
That doesn't seem safe.
Dude. And I was like, dude, 2 times using it. 2.
Oh, God.
So then I messaged them. I said, hey, here's what happened. They actually sent me like 7 of them, which I only need 1, but okay. Like, and so it fixed it. My buddy says it works fine, but dude, 2 times the push pin
that ain't good.
off. I was like, I tried fixing it. I was like, I see a brand new one, but it was an easy fix. I
think them was a cable.
I can see how it's a really good idea because of the rotating arms. There's a lot of different adjustments, a lot of different ways you can do different exercises. Definitely, I think a lot of people should bolt it in the wall if they can. My buddy just uses like 45s. It has a little bit of a shake because it's like, what does it weigh? Like 120 pounds?
Yeah, it's not very stable. Yeah. The other one I had a sandbag on it, and then I had my 95-pound dumbbell on the other side of it. My biggest problem with them was that the video for showing how to run the cable through the arms.
Oh my God, that was
hot. It was hot garbage can juice in the summer. I hated that. I was like, what is this, man? Like so we actually had to call somebody else, my guy Dennis, who's going to be on the show next week, actually. And I said, because Dennis does home gym installs. And I said, dude, what is this? So he said, well, FaceTime me. So I FaceTime him and he looked at it. And between him, my wife, and me, we figured out how to run the cables because there's no video out there showing how to run the cables. It just says you should do it. Run the cables. Is that then after you run the cables, then I'm like, it literally doesn't show you how to do it. So I was like, that is all I needed to know as far as that customer service. Because I'm like, if you can't even help me put it together, what are you going to do when I have a problem with it? So I ended up selling the thing. And that's actually what led to me getting the cable stack tower, because I wanted to replicate some of the stuff, like the flies and tries to push down on those stuff that I could do with the Eon Fit Omni without tying up my rack. Because so we were originally going to go with a functional trainer on the rack, and I actually so I was going to try to get components to make the bully glider work, and then my wife started working out at the same time as me sometimes. So so now we're going to get in each other's way if I'm doing cable stuff on the rack. So we just said, let's go away from rack mounted functional trainer, get something separate, and do that. So go ahead.
I don't know, man. It's when that thing literally busted in 2 times, I was like, okay, like this.
But I get tons of questions about it.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, and I'm like, dude, I don't even have this thing anymore, and I get tons of comments on it, right?
Because Gluck made that video, I think now everyone's curious.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this. Well, that's another thing. Is like when somebody else makes the video and they say this, I'm like, well, why don't you just believe him?
Yeah.
Literally, if he says this and this and this about it, and then you watch my video and I say what I say about it, I'm fine with, because I'll say, hey, drop a comment if there's something that you want to know that I haven't covered in the video.
Yeah.
But also look at the comments. Maybe I covered it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Because like,
know how to scroll.
Yeah. Kurt says home gym Discord is the worst. Are there any other new small home gym creators you guys like or recommend? Yep. Coach Carp. Carp's Gym.
Dude, I love me some Coach. That Carp's dude,
Gym, 100%.
I cannot wait to meet Coach. Like nicest, most just supportive guy in the home gym community. Deserves every single bit of views. Watch his rower video with Merrick. You guys haven't seen that. He just dropped that by his Christmas tree. Just a good dude, man.
Heck, watch his video about the trap bar that Rory bent.
Yes, yeah. Yes. The balance form one that was like $40.
Yep, there is the link. I just put it in the live chat. There's the link. Everybody, well, wait till after this stream is over, but click the link and go subscribe to Carp's Gym. That's 100% that. Then also, in fact, I'll do the same thing. No fake.
I got another one too. I got another one, a buddy I've been really good friends with on here too. You can drop too.
Yeah. Go ahead. Give me the
Recce Fit. Tim.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, let me see. I gotta find a channel that's all right. Go Recce Fit. Hang on a second.
He makes his reels. Good dude. Really good dude. We talk every day. His reels are so good. He does such a good job.
All right, so I subscribed. I just subscribed to him, and let me copy that, and I'm posted right here. Boom, bam.
Trying to think of anyone else.
So B Dog. There's some small creators right there that I like, and I recommend. Actually, B Dog. How old are you? Because that will affect whether I recommend this other channel to you or not. So let's scroll on along here. Roy said my next purchase will be a big purchase, be a separate functional trainer. The rack attacks ones are super cool, great for space savings, but I like having my rack separate. And I second that. Luke, Carp is numero uno. Hey, you know what, Carp? That's your next shirt, just like the Arnold one for pumping iron. Arnold is numero uno. Carp is numero uno. That's gotta happen. All right, so BW. Okay, so you're a young dude. So this is not a small channel, but depending on the way you like to train, I would recommend Alex Leonidas. All right. He's got some really cool stuff that's thought-provoking about training style. And he's a legit strong dude, natural guy too. So let me, in fact, Alex Leonidas. I'll put it up right now. And this is also why, again, I keep on saying, like, I love the live stream format because, like, in real time, I'm giving you these recommendations. So there you go, right there.
Man,
this live format is so much better than me just going back and reading you guys' comments. I love that. Yeah, thank you for knowing. Dude, that's the side effect of being in your 50s. You've seen a lot of stuff. And as long as you can remember it, you can I got a lot of random things I can throw out there. And yeah, Rory Ellis. So yeah, hey Rory, put your link to your channel in the live chat so that we can and then I can point it out to everybody. All right, so we're good there. All right, only a couple more questions for me. So this is the last one on comments, and then we can move on. Do you ever get comments that you like, I probably shouldn't answer that? Not because it's negative, but you saw the one where I said, like, somebody was asking me, like, they said, well, is it safe for me to breathe these VOCs? And I was like, because I did a video in lockdown. It's like 2020. It was how to get the smell out of the stall mats, right? And I literally got this comment this week. And last week they said, hey, I kind of like the smell. Is it okay? And I'm like, I'm not your doctor. I don't know what. I literally said, I don't think this is something that someone on YouTube should answer for you. I don't know what your respiratory system is. I don't know if you got asthma. I don't know anything. You shouldn't be asking me this.
Dude, he must think you got some background somewhere in there. You must have.
Like, what are you asking me for?
Something.
You're like, should I keep smelling this chemical? What? You ain't getting me sued. Nice try, Diddy.
Dude.
I ain't doing that. So what about you? Do you ever get comments you're like, I'm not gonna touch that?
Yes. Or like I'll reference like an article and say, here's an article that talks about it. And give you here's your information, because like I don't know what to tell you, dude. Here's a .gov or like a .org science-based reference or something like that if you need that. And this is the home gym equipment channel, not Dr. Luke or Dr. Garage Gym.
Yeah.
Life.
I'm like, what am I supposed to like, man? I don't know. I'm like, should you? All right. So let's scroll back. So let's take y'all back in time a little bit. I appreciate you staying along with me. Absolutely. So you see this right here? So this is our actual chat. So September 11th, 2022, you asked me about coming on your channel. You were going to do like home gym chats, right? So what did you decide not to do that? Is that something you're still looking at doing? What is it that what's the status of that?
Well, so I mean, I can get real deep if you want me to. It's up to you.
You see this comment section? People are active.
I'll tell you. Okay.
If you guys got time, like I said, we're gonna stretch it a little bit. We're going a little bit long, but I'm having fun with the conversation. So
me too.
All right.
Well, so initially I started doing it because my watch time was really low. And I was getting completely, like you said, tired of making the short videos, editing up, like going, oh my gosh. I just like to talk. That's what I like to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing that. And then around November is when, LMZ Fitness, I would just say, I got divorced. All right. Essentially. Broke up.
Right.
We broke up. And then the idea, honestly, the whole channel, the idea just kind of went wash, dude. It was December 2022. I swear I was this close to deleting the channel because I was depressed. I was sad, so I was just about like, I'm done. Like the whole, like in the live, this ties into the live stream. Cause like it was a part of the plan. And then that happened. And I just kind of was just like, I forgot everything I was doing. I was done, and then the reason why I kept the channel and kind of the live stream's been on the back burners. Well, first of all, one of my best guy friends, Brandon, let me move in with him. That was my second garage gym. And he's the reason. Luke, he's like, Luke, you should rebrand your name, start making videos again. You're really good at it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I can get in front of the camera. Like, I'm just, depressed, sad. I got through it. And then I came back with the tour of that. And while I was going through that, that breakup, and working out in his gym, making just like product reviews, like I'm not gonna lie, those videos from like January to like probably June of 2023, I was like not 100% in it still. But I wanted to still kind of keep the channel alive, and like the live stream, like I just didn't think mentally I was able to. I was still having like a hard time getting through that. So I kind of washed that idea away. But then why it still hasn't came off is because like I got my bigger garage, and these brands started hitting me up, and they're like, whoa, like we like your video of this and this. Like I started getting products, and like it hasn't really stopped since probably July of 2023. So like I haven't gone to this kind of style of content because like I have so many things to review still that like I just don't have time. And like I think honestly for me, I got very fortunate with this house. Like I have no idea how I landed it. It was some 98-year-old lady who passed away, and her two kids were trying to sell it. Hated each other, by the way. That was a real fun time. And so like every time I would meet with them to negotiate, they're arguing. I'm like, okay, can I just have a house? And like ended up buying the place, and like I'm not gonna lie, a huge selling point was the 2.5 car detached garage. I'm like, dude, this is gonna be. I really need this right now. You know, going through the breakup, like I need a fresh start. This is gonna be perfect for me. So then I just kind of transferred my stuff from my buddy's place, who's the one who told me to don't delete the channel, keep going. And then I just started DMing companies like, hey, here's a few of my older videos. Would you want me to do this? I'm trying to get back in the grind. And then I started doing a few, and then other companies started to notice. I kind of just took off. And that's where like I haven't been getting back to the podcast style, because it's just like I'm trying to keep up with these review videos. Like this is something we were talking about in our questions, is like rollover time. But not to get like make people, you know, get tears or feel bad for me. Like I don't want anyone to feel bad for me. Like I'm not upset.
I mean, there are people who are watching the video right now who are looking at like this video walkthrough of your home gym, and nobody feels sorry for you because they're like, look at all the toys.
Dude,
but when I look at it though, what I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's a lot of like contractual obligations. Like, okay, I gotta do a video on that. I gotta do a video on that. I gotta do. They're waiting for this, and they all expect it. Like, well, okay, this is a little bit probably inside baseball, but I'm sure you get the same thing. You do the thing, you publish it, upload it. I leave it unlisted. I send the link to them, and then they're like, yeah, could you maybe, you know, I was just wondering if maybe you could say in the beginning this thing, or maybe you could highlight this other thing. And I'm like, look, you get one revision, and I'm only doing revisions if I said the price of the thing is this and it's actually this, or if I said the specification's wrong. I'm not changing my opinion of something. I am just not doing it. The exception is if I say this thing is hot garbage, I don't know what they were thinking, and then you tell me, well, this is what we're thinking, then I'll go back and I'll say, okay, so I thought this was hot garbage, and the company reached out to me and they said this is why they did this, right? I'm not, you know, you ain't about to have me just changing stuff because they think you work for them, and you do kind of as a contract employee. But I'm like, dude, I'm not about to. The amount of money you're paying me is not enough for me to do all that editing and revising. And like, I ain't
no, dude. And I think it's good that they allow. Honestly, every brand lets me like say like, oh, we talk. Here's what they're gonna do. Here's what they suggested. Like the brands that I work with now, actually like physically, like if I give them feedback, they actually listen to me. Or like if there's like having customer service issues, like I send screenshots of people having issues. They literally fix it. Like I have a guy.
Because you're doing repeat stuff with them? So like you're doing multiple stuff with the same brand?
Yeah.
Like that's a relationship. Okay.
Yeah, like like you could probably tell I built a pretty good relationship with Major Fitness and Red Fit. Xmark Fitness, I have a really good relationship with them. GetRx. Okay. So like I kind of like that because like, you have like the budget, and then you have like the more commercial style. So
I gotta get the GetRx people to get on my show. I'm trying to get them to bring them on here.
That would. I hope, man. They're really good people. I talked to Olga, and Xmark. They're the two people I talk to are like contracted now. I don't know, so they're not even going to be with them anymore. So I don't know who's I'm going to be working with, but like, those are like the four main brands that I work with that I really have like enjoyed the most. And I'm not saying the other ones I don't, but like I've had the most interaction with.
Right. Carlos said he is hating. He's hating you because he just saw your thing.
Well, it's a lot. I love any of you guys come over to Chicago area and you go in and work out with me. It's
nice. Nice. So Carp said he's got a conspiracy theory. So play the X-Files music in your head. He said the smell of the stall mats is to make us buy more gym equipment. Like it's like a compulsion thing. It's like a smell trigger. That's hilarious. So Carp says he said they tell him we need this video next week, and he's like, me, nope. Yeah, I mean, like I've got we're waiting on a couple of things to come in, and one of them is like they got the they can see tracking just like I can.
Yeah.
Well, it's to like the next city, like maybe it's 2 cities over. They're like, oh, we see that it's in this city that's near you, so that means you must have received it already, right? Because by the time we found it, you should have gotten it. I'm like, no, I don't have it. Relax, okay. And they say, so maybe we could get we can get a preview video, a first draft by this date. I'm like, slow down, Sparky. Hold on.
Dude, what do they think we're running
in the contract? I said this. I said this in the contract, and I really meant it when I said it in the contract. But that's it is. All right. So I pulled up all your stuff that you got here on YouTube, and I see all these reviews that you did. What I want to know is, what's been your favorite product review this year and why?
Oh, man.
I mean, I can see what's the most popular. Let's see here. What's been your most popular? This is 7 months ago. Is your Vesta. You got 32,000 views on the Vesta Fitness 3-in-1 Pro Series Smith machine, which is, so 32,000 views.
A lot.
And you've got 4,000 subscribers. So for people who think that you can't do anything as a smaller channel, that's not true at all.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to have like your basically got to have stuff that people are interested in seeing, right? You got the Nord stick.
A lot of people love that.
Oh yeah, and then is this the bullet pulley? It looks like.
Dude, yeah. I got a lot of hate on that because they're like, Luke, why would I spend $149 on a nylon pulley with something that attaches the rack? I'm like, I get it, it's expensive. I'm like, they just started. I'm sure they're pricing. They have no idea what they're doing yet. But they ended up. I think I'm gonna do another video with them after the new year with 2 of them, and they got the price down a lot. So
yeah,
they did really good.
Yeah, they were they came on the channel on this show actually not a few months ago, and we had a chance to talk about them. Like they're like literally they were shipping stuff out of their spare bedroom. So I mean, this is literally a brand new company, and they don't like, and also too that you've got like research that goes into the research costs. So you're trying to recoup some of that investment. So I get that. But yeah, so that's what it is.
So. Favorite of 2024?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about my gym and like looking at what I have that like I feel like is the most utilized too. Well, oh man, yeah.
All right, how about it? Let's do it this way. If you're if you've watched Luke's videos, I want to put everybody in the chat. Put a comment. We'll come back to this question. Put a comment in the chat, and you guess what you think Luke's favorite product of 2024 was, and then we'll circle back around once we get a couple comments and see if they got it right.
It's between 2 things right now, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to pick.
All right, you got a 50-50 shot.
It's tough.
Maybe not really. The math wouldn't quite work. Anyway, you got a good. Let's see if anybody can guess. Carp said putting the stuff together is a job in its own right. That's why people like Dennis exist. Heck. Yes, because I don't like assembling products. My wife loves it though, because to her it's like a puzzle. So I usually do the assembly videos or like assembly for all the reviews we do now with her. So I enjoy spending time with her. She enjoys putting stuff together. I hate putting stuff together. So I'm basically just like contract labor. I'm there just to hang out with her, and she's like, "Hey, hold this, put this over here." So there you go. Let's go to the next question because I said we'll come back to this one, and complete this sentence for me. In 2035, Luke's Garage Gym will be a success because it's, and fill in the blank.
Helping people decide what is right for their home gym.
Nice. All right. So what are your goals for? So then 2035, you'll be a success because you're helping people decide what's right for their home gym.
Yes.
So this coming year, 2025, which is 10 years away from that goal, what are your goals for 2025 to get you to where you want to be in 2035?
Well, I think consistency with the reviews. I think trying to continue to show and showcase different products because there are so many. And I think I really want to showcase products that don't have a lot of videos too. Like Delta Fitness, I just did a video on them. They're in Chicago. The guy's an hour, 10 minutes. Like brands like that, I like showing off a lot because they don't have a lot of brand awareness.
Okay.
to help them grow their page. I think honestly, just like trying to be like weekly with my videos, being very in my style, keeping my style, what I've done, and honestly, just listening to feedback from people watching, and just continuing to grow relationships with these companies who are good for the home gym community. They care, they create products to help us get stronger at home, and like keep building relationships with, like, I said, out of those 4 brands I had, like I love to add more to that, that list of brands that like we can always work together to create reviews to help people see if that product is right for their wallet,
Gotcha.
And I think that's kind of where I've gotten right now. And I think it's the system I'm doing is good, but it gets really hard to keep up. I wish I had enough money to hire someone, but it's probably never going to happen, but that's okay.
All right. So Carp has decided to guess twice. So he said he thinks it's either the Vesta rack. Oh, okay. Here we got more. We're getting more votes in, so I need to wait. I need to wait. I gotta wait. All right, come on now, get your votes in. What do you think it's gonna be? Even if you don't know, if you haven't watched any of them, you see what Carp and Rory said. So decide which one of those you want to vote for out of the choices that Carp put up. What do you think is his favorite one? And I've got like some other things I'm going to ask you too. So there's I think kind of like looking at the thing with like the smaller companies. The only thing that makes me nervous about the smaller companies is not knowing how they're going to handle warranty issues. And I'll give you an example. Yes. So I did a tour over at Lynx Barbell because they're here in Atlanta, or they were here in the Atlanta area. And I was talking about how I said, hey, this is a cool local option. It's reasonably priced. They're a smaller brand, but they're comparable to this and that. Then they go out of business. And there's another example, Northern Lights. I got a Northern Lights leg extension. It's a lying leg curl. Lying leg curl, seated leg extension bench. Love that thing, right? But I was going to recommend them. They're out of business.
Oh.
So with a company like Body Solid, I know you toured the Body Solid location. And I think a lot of what Body Solid does and their staying power in the industry, I feel comfortable working with brands like that because I know they're going to be around. But look, Kabuki just changed owners. Brand Lynx Barbell went out of business. And if it's a smaller company, how do I know that I'm going to recommend them? Then they go out. I remember Badass Dumbbells and Weights. I think they went out of business.
They did. Wow.
Either that. I think they went out of business because people have been saying that they're having problems getting the owner to even fulfill orders that they've placed with them. And in fact, that was a comment I got on the video I did with them 2 years ago. A guy came this year and put a comment, say, hey, I can't get these people to answer my emails. I've paid them already. I'm waiting to get my stuff.
Wow.
Right. Oh. So that actually goes to what I'm saying is like, how do you trust that you're going to put your name and reputation behind this smaller brand and they're not going to vanish on you? You know what I mean? So that's like my only hesitation. It's like, I want to help you out. I want to show you love because you're trusting me. You're showing that you have faith in me. But man, how do I know you're not just going to sky up with somebody's money and then now you're gone, but they can still find me because I'm right here on YouTube. You know what I mean? So that's like my only concern.
Yeah. And then you get backlash for that too. Like Delta Fitness, he has lifetime warranty. Lifetime. And I was like, dang, like that's pretty baller for a small brand like that. I mean, his products are awesome, but like, I totally get what you're saying.
But how long has he been in business?
Well, his site says he's been going since 2021, but I think he really started ramping up I would say probably the past year he's been doing a lot. Like,
so you see what I'm saying about lifetime warranty? Like your company's 3 years old, 4 years old. You give me a lifetime warranty, but how do I know that you'll be around to honor said lifetime warranty? Right? Like even Dynabody, where I had some stuff from Dynabody. I got a Dynabody rack downstairs, and I'm like, yeah, man, they've been around since 1997. I met Heavy Harris in '97. They sold the company. Right. So it's like, because Heavy retired.
Yeah.
Well, if I say they got a warranty on their stuff, I don't know that that the new owners are going to honor it. So to me, it's a big deal because I'm always looking at like Donabody. Scott McDonald's not the first president of Donabody, or CEO rather of Donabody. So I have confidence that they're going to be around to honor their warranties because they're going to be in business.
Yes.
With it's a smaller brand, it's not that I don't think that they've got a lifetime warranty. Is I don't know if you're going to be. So let's use Makolo because I've done stuff with them before.
Yep.
I don't know that they're going to be around to honor the warranty in 10 years. They might be, but I don't know because I don't know what the market is. Yeah.
You're just shooting your shot. That's why like we said, Body Style, they've been around since the 80s and they're still going. So like you can tell there's a lot of brand trusting in that brand. Like your traditional brands like Fringe, Bells, Titan, Rogue, Rep, those brands are going to be around for years. I get it. Like RitFit, I think RitFit's going to be around a very long time.
I like RitFit.
I do too. I do think Major Fitness is going to be around. They create a lot of brand awareness, I think.
Yeah.
But like I get it. Like these like smaller budget brand companies that kind of came out of the haystack during COVID. It's like, are they just like coming out just to make money and then they zip out in a few years? Like I don't know. It's hard.
All right. So we got the votes are in. Carp said so it's either the Vesta rack or the Living Fit bench. Rory is voting for the Vesta 3-in-1. So
I mean,
are any of those correct?
Yeah, if I sit there and tell you what do I use the most in my gym, it's that Clear Coat Vesta 3-in-1. That thing is freaking sweet, dude.
We got a winner. You didn't win anything. You won.
You get brownie points because like, man, that thing is just that is a sweet machine, man. Like it is just, I use it every workout.
This is it right here. And you looked at it at Home Gym Con, right?
Yeah, that's the video that like did really good. It was me at Home Gym Con, just simple, simple, easy, just like no cut edits, and it got all those.
That's why I love Home Gym Con, man. It's like you can go there and get so. I was so mad because I couldn't do a lot of content last year or this past year. Jeez, but that's gonna change this coming year. Yeah, dude, so yeah, that's nice.
To Louisville and get it. Thanks, brother. I've actually been trying to work on that because I think thumbnails definitely help and titles definitely help.
Oh, heck yeah.
Traction.
All right. Last question, second to last question for you. Have you seen the list of home gym vendors for Home Gym Con, and who are you most excited to see in person in 2025 at Home Gym Con?
Well, RitFit. Like I'm excited to meet those people. Like I've done so many videos with them.
Yeah, I want to see them, and I want to see Iron Bull Strength.
Dude,
because
I talked to that guy on the phone, and he like never talked to me ever again.
So my Alex.
Yeah,
he is okay. So this is another inside baseball. I wonder how much infrastructure they have, because I know that they've got the manufacturing thing in Canada, but I will say that I've reached out to Alex on LinkedIn and I've emailed him, and it's very hit or miss whether I get him, and then you can't reach him out. So when they send me my rack, it's actually we love it. My wife and I love it. The rack is downstairs right now, but man, it showed up without instructions. So we got a video about the assembly process where we're just like, well, we're just gonna figure this out. Like I said, my wife likes puzzles. So what we did was took a picture of it assembled from their website, and we looked at the picture. We had my laptop downstairs, pulled it up, and we're like, all right, we're just gonna look at the picture and see if we can put it together. And it worked because it only uses one size bolts. Okay, but I was like, so we reached out, we tried to call them to see if we could get somebody to just email us a manual. And there is no phone number to call for customer service. Instead, when you try to get customer service, you have to, it's a chat. Which is not monitored on the weekend. So if you want to enter something on the weekend, I don't know how to tell you. Like, man.
What are we doing here? You're just
Yeah,
hoping that
so
you can just solve the puzzle by yourself, which puzzles
exactly.
that can be tough.
So I want to interview them there. And I mean, it's not like a gotcha thing, but it's going to be kind of like I did with Bells of Steel when I said, hey, look, I've got your open trap bar. I want to know why you got rid of the industrial trap bar. And Andrew was like, oh, okay, I'll tell you. And I said, and will you tell me on camera? He said, sure. So we did that. So that's what I want to do with Iron Bull Strength. I'm like, hey, I see all the stuff you have, but some of the questions I'm getting from people is about shipping times and also, customer service. Like, how do we get in touch with you for customer service? How do we know you're not going to go anywhere? So I'm very interested in seeing Iron Bull Strength at Home Gym Con for that reason, and of course to see what they actually bring to the event. I want to see Rich Fit as well too, though.
And I was going to mention Major Fitness can be there too. So I'd like to talk because I've been doing videos for them for like almost 2 years. It feels like. So that'll be good to talk to them too. It's been a long time.
So my thing with Major Fitness, and I don't want to derail this whole conversation, is and I've got a video here on the channel where Joe Gray from, Gray Matter. Oh, yeah. Hold on. What's his name? B-Dog. That's another channel. Gray Matter Lifting. Maybe it's called Joe Gray here on YouTube. Yeah. That's another small channel you need to check out. He's one of the mods for Our Home Gym. And they'll do Ask Me Anything on Our Home Gym. Well, he does 20-minute warm-ups. That's like the most recent thing he's doing on YouTube, where the people who are going to go do AMAs will come and do like a 20-minute interview with him on his channel. So that's an excellent resource. In fact, I'll get his channel and I'll put the link for it in there. All right. But anyway, so Joe said that he reached out to me. He let me know that Major Fitness had been doing a little bit. They're kind of being bad actors in Our Home Gym because they were getting bots to go into Our Home Gym and put up fake comments replying to people. So somebody would ask a question and they would pretend that they're a regular person who had a Major Fitness product and they would answer the question. And they started noticing that this is all from the same account. So they ended up having to block a lot of this stuff. And so for that reason, I stopped working with Major Fitness because I was like, I'd only done like 2 videos, I think, with him. Yeah. But I stopped working with him because I was like, I can't put myself behind. I cannot attach my name to a company that is doing what I consider to be less than above board practices. So and this is an open invite, or if you want to talk to them or whatever, I would love to have them come on the show and just explain things from their perspective, because I do think that they've got a significant footprint in the home gym community. And I mean, this isn't like 60 Minutes or To Catch a Predator or something. So it's not going to be like hard hitting questions like that. But I do want to give them a chance to come on the platform and talk about their brand and, like, their brand philosophy, what their goals are, and just kind of get the home gym community to know them as more than just a logo and a label. You know what I'm saying? So there's that.
I think so too. I remember seeing something like that too. I think why I stick to them so much too is because, like, I don't know, they just show that they actually care about me and, like, person, my content.
Oh yeah, I'm not knocking you for doing it. I'm just saying that I want them to come and tell their side.
I want you too, because, like, when you got Rit Fit on, I'm like, dude, I hope he can get, like, the other, like, Major Fitness too, and, like, they can talk and talk.
Tell them to hit me up. They are welcome to come on. I'm serious. I would love
to see that, man. Because, like,
I'd love to have them on here. Yeah, man.
I don't know who the CEO or, like, the main person who started that is. I have no idea.
So with Rit Fit, what I did was, my guy Dennis, I had connected him with them, and he started doing some assembly stuff with them. And so he spoke to their CEO he's not the CEO, but he's kind of like high up in the company. And then the person who I was working with in terms of getting products out, I also spoke to her. So the same person who would, like, the equivalent of the person you talk to when you're getting a product sent out, I talked to that person. I said, hey, can you bring, I want to get somebody from your brand on to interview them. We're going to talk, it's only going to be them, and we're going to talk only about your brand. And they were like, yeah, cool. So we ended up, it was a lot of WhatsApp conversations and behind the scenes talking to get it set up so they would know, hey, this is going to be a positive environment. Yeah. But I think that it worked out really, really well because people enjoyed it. And now it's like Rit Fit is not just a just a random name. It's like, oh, I remember hearing about them. You know what I mean? So
helps a
it's
lot,
one of my
man.
favorite conversations, and I appreciate you giving me some of the questions too for it. But I would love to do the exact same thing with Major Fitness, with Vesta Fitness, all these brands, man.
Well, I hope you can, dude, because I think it'll help just get to know who they are and their brand and like the people behind it too. It's like it makes it feel like a lot of authenticity and like people
Yeah,
trust
100%.
you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, man, Carp said he wants to do some home gym con team ups and content cameos.
Yes.
I'm 100% down for that.
Same.
But what I want is, last question is, tell everybody how to follow you as they watch you fulfill your dream. Give me the big screen.
YouTube is my main push. So Luke's Garage Gym on YouTube. We just hit 4,000 subscribers, baby. Let's go. We're making moves. I also am on Instagram at Luke's Garage Gym. I do TikTok, not as much, and Facebook, but mainly Instagram and YouTube are where you can find me at Luke's Garage Gym. Again, I do home gym reviews right now, talking about different products from budget, entry level to commercial grade, to give variety for people who are looking to figure out what is right for them in, their home gym.
Awesome. Well, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end the show now. Can you hang out backstage for a second? I want to ask you a question. All right. So I appreciate you, my man, being here though. So everybody go ahead and follow Luke's Garage Gym. Next week, let me tell you what's coming up. Next week, we got my guy, Dennis Solis, is going to be coming on, and he's other projects he's got going on. So you guys stay tuned for that. Thank you once again for being here. This show would not be a show without you. We got so many awesome comments in the live chat. We went a little bit long with Luke. Normally we do one segment at a time. He was good enough to give me an hour and a half of his time, and I really appreciate him for that. Make sure that you guys are checking the links in the description for this video so you guys can see how to get in touch with Luke, how to follow him, as well as all the products that we mentioned throughout the course of this entire 3.5 hour event. And I will see you guys next week for another awesome show. Thank you so much for all of your support. Peace out.